Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to episode 12 of the DT podcast. How are you guys doing today? I'm joined by my good host, Trihex, and man, do we have a show for you, but I say that every time. What's up?
No, I think genuinely you mean it this time, dude. We put on a fucking banger episode last week.
All right, did we?
We're getting our craft, fine line now.
All right, I can't wait to derail that all today with our talks of pedophilia then. Let's go.
Absolutely. No, nothing excites me more than... I almost said that in a full sentence. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You're done. See you later, my dude.
Rip.
After this in the thread, I'll be looking for new co-host recommendations once my good friend here catches that 30-day Twitch ban.
Damn. Rip. Man, you wouldn't... Wait. So if I got a 30-day ban, you wouldn't wait for me? You wouldn't... Dude, you didn't watch Titanic? You know how Jack and what's-her-face...
Yeah, he dies in the end. No, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, damn, y'all. Destiny cold-blooded.
Damn, dude, you expect me to go fucking into the ocean for you like that?
I mean, yeah, dude. Is that why you're scared of commitment? Is that why you moved to LA?
Because I won't kill myself if my podcast partner gets banned because he texts me he wants to fuck kids? No, that's right. I won't do that, Trihex. That's the line I won't cross. You found it. It only took you 12 episodes. Good job. What did you do this week? Yeah. Hit me up with some exciting shit.
It's not a really good look that you wouldn't look out for your brother during Black History Month. Just saying. You choose February of all months to bail on me?
Oh, really? My God. Stop with the victim card. Every month is Black History Month now, okay? I watched the Black Klansman and then the Black Panther. How many more fucking movies with your people am I going to have to sit through before you guys are finally happy?
Well, maybe if there were more made because my people are oppressed in the entertainment industry constantly, rampantly, at every opportunity possible.
Okay, let's get off the topics that are gonna get me banned. What do you
Yeah.
What did you do last week?
Dude, no, I attended Genesis 6. I attended the Smash Brothers largest super major period. It was sick. It had over 6,000 attendees. It was held in Oakland, California. The view count was absolutely potent and fat. Smash Esports is alive in the newest release Smash Brothers title for Switch that came out in December. The view count was badonkadonk. I believe it peaked at 100. I personally saw 155K on the viewership, but some people told me it was as high as 175,000 at one point. It would have been higher, but it did run really behind on Grand Final Sunday. Like legit, like the biggest draw, the top 8 of Smash Ultimate didn't start until like 8:30 PST. So East Coast was already going to bed probably for work in the morning, and Europe was completely dead by that point. So it's just unfortunate, but regardless, though, yeah, metrics were sick. The entire event was fantastic. I had a great fucking time. All my homies are super legit. So I did that. I was there all weekend. So admittedly, I am massively behind on what's been going on in the Twitch sphere. I'm behind on what's been going on the internet because I was on Planet Smash all weekend. So you're gonna have to
did you get that painting
really
behind
hard.
you from there, or what is that painting behind you?
This?
Yeah, someone literally in chat just told me to ask you. Yeah.
So. No, I didn't get that from Genesis. No, that is my testament to all my inspiration in the world right now. This is a Mashiro from a manga / anime called Bakuman, and he's a 15-year-old artist prodigy who knew in middle school that he wanted to be a world-class mangaka. He wanted to be a world-class manga artist, and if you can see here, it's him pressing his pen, the pen, and the kneaded eraser on pencil. It's a really sick, dude. It's a mega motivational work. It tells you never give up your dreams. So, Destiny, if your dream was to become like the world's most extravagant, male cheerleader, don't let your memes be dreams, y'all. Like, I believe was it the Rams? One NFL team recently this week, made history by having their first male cheerleader depicted at the Super Bowl. So Destiny, that could be you. If you can dual wield some pom poms really well, then don't give up hope, man. You can do it.
Wow. Well, thanks. If I ever wanted to draw manga, I will.
Or male cheerlead.
Or male cheerlead. I'll think about it. Speaking of 15-year-olds, what a great segue into our first topic.
Ooh. Okay.
Did you hear about our wonderful friend at Hi-Rez Studios?
Yeah, it's been going through the circulation a little bit. I did hear about this. Yeah. What do we got here?
So basically just ripping this from our good friend Rod's tweet. Twitch partner and Hi-Rez employee Thomas Cheung has been arrested for allegedly arranging to have sex with a child as part of an undercover sting that lasted 5 days called Operation Interception, ending on Super Bowl Sunday, according to Atlanta media.
So what's the dirt here? Was he because like there's different things here, right? There is like just to specify, there's people who like commit the acts on children, and therefore, you know, they're I guess like they're, you know, they've committed bad things, really really bad things, and there's those who get caught soliciting and advocating for and requesting, you know, porn from, or, you know, sexually explicit images from underage people.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is it here? Is it like
so in this, basically I think it was the FBI. Oh shoot, I don't remember. I think it was the FBI. Wait, the GBI task force. Sorry. Basically, they got a 14-year-old to pose, or not a 14-year-old, but they got an adult to pose as a 14-year-old, a bunch across of different social media or like dating apps, and then they got, I think it was 21 different guys that were willing to meet the person to arrange to have sex. Some of them actually traveled, and there's exchanges of money and whatnot talked about. Like, yeah. So it was pretty much a big sting set up by the GBI, I guess, which I'm not sure is part of the FBI or not, but.
Okay.
Know.
So this is literally like the same template as like To Catch a Predator.
Pretty
like,
much.
Pose as someone young, clearly like not in the legal realm, and then they fall forward and they get popped.
Yep.
But the thing that's notable here is that this person here, Thomas Cheung, if I'm saying his name right,
Mm-hmm.
This is extra notable because he was a Twitch partner, right? Like,
yeah.
What did he do? Do we know what he streamed? Like, was he like on the Twitch partnership team, or was he actually like an active streamer? I actually don't know the person ahead of time.
No, if he would have been on the partnership stream or team, I think that would have been we would have heard about that a lot more if he would have been an actual Twitch employee. I don't know what his actual. Apparently, he was a Fortnite streamer, but I don't actually know what his stream is. Shoot, I gotta find this. Oh, now people are saying he streamed World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I'm hearing Smite streamer actually.
Well, he worked for Hi-Rez, who does Smites now. Oh, gotcha, damn! I tried to visit his website and it says the account has been suspended.
Yeah, not surprised there.
Welp.
Yeah, Smite community manager is what I'm hearing here, but
I wonder, he doesn't even have his stream listed in his Twitter, so he must not have been like a big streamer. That must not have been like a big part of his life, I'm guessing. But
so were they apprehended after this point, or are they already like charged and they're already like going to be set for like trial?
Pretty sure they've all been charged. I mean, that's why we have like mug shots of everybody, right?
Right. Operation Interception. I mean, is there more to
yeah, there's a couple different things related to this. Something that I always bring up that a lot of people always get kind of angry about. So my legal understanding of entrapment is, because a lot of people wonder sometimes, like, how is this kind of stuff legal? Like, this is entrapment. They're being entrapped. So the legal definition of entrapment means that some sort of law enforcement official has to get you to do something using extraordinary measures, like has to like threaten you or do some crazy shit to get you to do something. So for instance, but if an officer gets you to do something that you were willing to do anyway without a lot of motivation or push, then that's not considered entrapment. So like for instance, if I have like a bunch of like crack cocaine on me, if I walk up to someone on the street and I'm a police officer, I'm like, hey, you want to buy some crack? And the guy's like, yeah, sure. You know, you can get arrested. That's not entrapment, right? Because they're catching you doing something that you would have done anyway in any other situation. But then like if a police, officer walks up to you and he pulls out a gun, he's like, buy some fucking rock, or I'm going to fucking kill you. You're like, oh shit, like I'll buy some. That's entrapment, right? You can't do that. You can't force somebody or present like an extraordinary circumstance like that or something to catch somebody.
Right.
So in a lot of these things where in a lot of these things, it still falls under entrapment in some of the EU. Well, good thing we're not talking about the EU. So yeah, so a lot of people bring up like, oh, that's entrapment, you can't do that, but it's not. Basically, the goal of a sting operation is to catch somebody doing something that they wouldn't, or that they would otherwise do if presented the opportunity to. Getting that out of the way, here's something that's kind of. Or sorry, go ahead.
Well, here's my one question about that. So once they have them detained, is there ever like is there ever anything like the equivalent of like a plea bargain for these, like, I don't know if they're technically pedophiles, but like would be pedophiles here? Like if it's like, hey, I caught you, but I'll reduce your sentence if you like snitch on more of them or give me a means to acquire more within your like sin ring, I guess. Does any of that actually exist? I actually don't know if this works or not. Because, for example, if you pop someone who's like a drug dealer, they're like, okay, yeah, look, I'm gonna reduce.
If you can get them to roll over on someone bigger, usually plea bargains are done for. I mean, I think there are a variety of reasons. Woo, we're getting into the legal area, way outside my comfort zone. I hope there are some law professionals in chat getting hardcore triggered by me.
That's cool. This is all speculation. I'm admitting here I don't know much about this. I actually like to look further into it, but
so for plea bargaining, sometimes you'll plea bargain if. Like, let's say you've got somebody that if your lawyer can make a good case for why, maybe a charge should be reduced, you want to chill, and, you've got like a good argument. Like, let's say you get caught for some dumb, like driving, some sort of driving charge, and the officer's like, look, or the lawyer's like, look, he's got a good record, blah, blah, blah. We don't have to go to court. We don't have to do that. We'll plead guilty to this. Basically, ways to avoid going to court are things that people look favorably upon, assuming you're not like pleading down like manslaughter, to like a parking ticket. But like if you can avoid going to court, that's something that's generally seen as favorable. And then if you can roll over on somebody else, so if you can implicate other people into crimes, you can make those types of plea deals as well, because it obviously gives the DA more firepower to go after other people that maybe have committed worse crimes. And then, there's one other thing I was thinking of, but I can't remember. I think those are like generally. And then like if the state doesn't think they might have good evidence to like push you on a certain crime, maybe you'll push for a plea deal because like, well, here, I can guarantee you a conviction on this charge or something like that, and we don't have to go to court, and maybe you fuck things up, so sometimes people take plea deals if they feel like their case isn't as good. But like in a case like this, I mean, I'm assuming that this is done in such a way that the evidence is pretty rock solid. I don't see you being able to plea your way out of this type of stuff, especially in the case where like, because they eliminate so many variables in these sting operations. Well, it wasn't me that was talking. Okay, well, then why did you show up to the house? Okay, well, it wasn't going to fuck them. Then why did you show up with the exact items necessary to fuck them? This is why sometimes the police will have you, like, bring a certain item is to show intent, right? Because, like, okay, well, he came into the house naked. He came into the house with condoms, right? You're showing, But, yeah, I mean, I have a hard time believing any of this stuff ever gets plead down. I could be wrong, but...
No, I feel that. My before we go on to the next topic, my last point to bring that in here was the fact that and maybe you can confirm this for me. I actually don't know here. The whenever like people are busted for like possession of child porn, right? The child porn that they possessed on their computer gets traced back to some illegal child porn hosting ring. And I recall at some point, or maybe it was the FBI, I forget what bureau, but like there was like a moral ambiguity stance on whether or not it was like proper to, if you acquired access, you found the child porn hosting ring, do you continue to let that ring operate, and you can continue to bait in more would-be pedophiles and just get them off the streets while technically enabling and hosting child porn? Or is it better, or the correct option, just like shut down that child porn site immediately? Because if I recall, again, I don't remember here, but like this was done at one point with the FBI. Like they had a child porn hosting site operated under their
the FBI actually caught a lot of heat for this because I think they themselves hosted a dark web child porn site. Because
it seems like we're breaking the law to break up those who are, I don't know. It seems like I get it though. It's kind of like a heavy topic to really get into right now, but that was like kind of where I was going to lean into with this whole like plea bargain thing, was like, if does this happen here because that happened then. So
I don't know. That's a real heavy one. It's kind of like I can think of one serious example and one not so serious example. In the serious example, like, let's say that you like are onto like a drug dealer or some shit, but you're trying to catch, some bigger drug dealer. So you kind of like follow him around for a while. If that drug dealer ends up killing somebody, do you think the police are culpable for that? Do you think you should have done something? There's like a not as serious thing that I've thought about. Something that really pisses me the fuck off. I used to get pulled over for speeding kind of sometimes a lot because I sped a lot because fuck that. One thing I noticed that cops,
me too.
Yeah. One thing I noticed that cops do that really fucking pissed me off is when a cop wants to pull you over for speeding, at least there's a city in near Omaha called Papillion that has the worst fucking cops in the world. These guys are the worst. Fuck these people. Oh my God. But what they would do is they would fucking follow you for like 5 fucking minutes if they're going to pull you over. They would never, ever, ever. If you go speeding by, they'll never turn their lights on to pull you over. They'll fucking follow you to try to do a to try to do like a little grocery list of bullshit that can go wrong. It's so fucking annoying. And I've always wondered, let's say that you catch somebody speeding or driving like irresponsibly, and then, you know, a police officer, you know, is like following a person and they don't pull them over immediately. Do you think that are they like culpable if that person like fucks, you know, ends up getting in an accident or some shit? They didn't pull them over, you know, right when they should have. It's kind of related, but.
So you're saying like, okay, so they hover over, they try to like get more things on you, like maybe expired tag or broken tail light or some shit. So you try to like tag
see if
onto
you
the
drive,
shit.
yeah, if you do something bad. Someone just said they're following because they're looking up your plates. Bullshit. Cops can look up your plates and do that shit very quickly. And usually a cop will run your plate before they turn their lights on, but that shit is real fucking fast. A lot of cops today have the technology to like fucking scan that shit and do it automatically. But cops don't take fucking 5 minutes to run your plates when they're following you, okay? There are cops that will follow you and do the grocery list bullshit. 100%. But okay, sorry, okay.
Yeah, that's a good question actually. Well, even you don't have to even go that far with it, because I already disagree with the fact that we have like what we're like dubbed now like obvious speed traps throughout like many locations in the USA for state troopers just like to fuck over people with because they have to like meet their speeding ticket quota because I don't know, the police department's underfunded, or the local city tax does not get enough revenue to pay the cops well, or some bullshit like that. I don't know, whatever it could be. Like, I already hate speed traps there. I feel like speed traps already make driving more unsafe than safe, I would say. But maybe I'm biased because I've gotten a couple tickets from the past.
Fuck
like,
speed traps.
You don't mean by particularly by speed traps, like where like the speed limit is like this like really like artificial drop.
Yeah,
and,
it's some bullshit.
Goes from like you know, whatever, 65 to like 40, and
there's
like
a place in Omaha, if it's like 72nd Street north of Ames, where I was driving one day and this fucking cop ran out in the middle of the fucking road and like was pushing me off to the side of the street. I'm like, oh yeah, good job, you got me, dude. And I pull over and there's like 6 other people there getting speed tickets. I'm like, are you fucking serious? I feel like it's a fucking racket. Oh my god. And I have to sit there and literally wait while the 3 cops there are like going through the other car, wait for my turn to get my little fucking anal rape speed ticket. Some bullshit.
To get bent over and
unbelievable. Holy shit. Yeah, and then like 3 more cars are like ushered in, and you know, literally like half the people driving past the street are getting like pulled into this place for a fucking speeding ticket. God, it was so stupid. Holy shit.
Wait. You're not wrong. The whole idea there of just like cops in queue ready to fuck everyone over.
Yeah.
I've seen the same thing. And when I used to work at a GameStop in 2010, I got relocated from my small town to a really small town 30 minutes out. So I have to drive through like a incredibly small country town. Surprised even had the police department. It was so small. And I have to cross over this bridge. And behind the bridge, behind the big welcome to, I could reveal here. Welcome to Monroe, Louisiana, like little small ass town. When I would pass by right there, were 3 cops behind the sign ready to pop you if you did not plummet from the 65 to the 35 speed limit that happens like over the bridge. It's like a super steep drop.
Wait, fuck. Where is this at?
Monroe. I'm sorry. Maurice. I'm sorry. Maurice, Louisiana is where it's at. Like it
I wish I knew
so hard.
I wish I knew exactly what you're talking about, because I might have, because what you're describing actually sounds like a place I got pulled over in Louisiana.
Yeah, if it's your first time passing through, you would never see the speed limit sign. Like, it doesn't look like it's like particularly like.
Is this there's like a hill that goes up and then down, and then there's like a kind of like a smallish bridge after? Does this sound anything? Yeah. There is like because I drove through. I think I drove from Dallas to someplace through Louisiana. I think it was to SLU. No, not SLU. Fuck, what was, is it like the...
If you're going from Dallas...
Oh, God, I'm trying to remember where fucking Nicole went to school. But I drove through, and I got dinged in one of these places, in one of these, like, stupid small-town bullshit-ass fucking, like... Where the guy that pulled me over, I think he was literally, like, badge number 1. He was, like... I feel like it was, like, the town has, like, 2 fucking cops. It was so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, LSU, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, it might be LSU.
Yeah, it was LSU, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, LSU's got... Louisiana's just dumb. Like, Texas has it way better because, like, driving through Texas, there's like just speed limit 75 in a lot of areas, and you can just like, which is kind of where you want to the speed you want to be at anyway to get anywhere. And I feel like it's just much more relaxed. Better roads, better speed limits. Just like it seems more relaxed. Louisiana, like all the highways are like capped at 65, and it seems really synthetic. I don't really understand it.
Damn. The cops in Dallas. I remember that I was driving. I volunteered to drive 4 people home because they were all drunk as fuck, and
Good guy, Destiny. I like that.
Yeah, they were in the front seat. One was sitting on the other, and I was driving through, and this was in Dallas, and the cops flagged me to pull me over, obviously, because someone's riding on this thing. And I thought my life was fucking over because I was driving on an expired license, and the guy took my license, went back to his car, ran it, and then just let me go. I couldn't fucking believe it. I didn't get a ticket or anything. Holy shit. So I have a special place in my heart for...
You had an expired license plate? Or an expired
No, I'm sorry,
license?
hold on. Not an expired license. I had a... what's the word I'm looking for? Where they take it.
Registration?
No, my license was revoked. Suspended. I had a suspended license. Yeah. And they let me drive away. I couldn't fucking believe it.
Destiny.
As soon as they pulled it over, I was telling it was like Cheeks, Thunder Toss, I think Nicole, and like another person. I was like, you guys are gonna have to call it right because I'm getting arrested 100%. And the guy, he just gave me my license back and let me drive off. I didn't say shit. I couldn't fucking believe it. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Bet your heart sank into your ass and you had like, whew, man.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Fuck. That's crazy, dude.
I kind of wonder if maybe the suspended license doesn't show up that far. Oh, no, it must. Because when I drove to Louisiana that next week, when I was driving through and I got dinged at that area I told you, he fucking arrested me. So fucking broke ass, dumb fucking little town. He didn't even fucking tow my car. He was like, okay, well, we're going to go to the police station now. Like, you guys are going to follow me. It was like, oh, this is called driving to my own fucking arrest. Like, thanks. I can't wait to drive myself into fucking holding, you piece of shit. Oh my God. So fucking stupid.
Fuck, dude. So you brought up the car pileup where they're all just in queue ready to like hit anyone with the speeding ticket left and right. Mm-hmm. I had one more thing about that, but I forgot what I was going to say now because you brought up like 2 points. I was going to like reinforce how bullshit the speeding traps can get around here.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what I was going to say now. Fuck. But you're not wrong though. Yeah, the speeding traps I find they're really unsafe. They're kind of bully because again, if you pass your first time, you're not even like deliberately speeding, but they'll pop you for going like sub 5 over. If you're doing 39 to 35, they pop you. If you're once you cross the bridge, at least when I was in Maurice, it was crazy.
Yeah, and if you get hit in a speeding trap, you're literally never in your entire life going to be able to you're never talking your way out of it because if they're there to get you for speeding, they're writing you the 100%. Ticket if they stop you. Yeah, that's like the worst thing.
Have you ever tried to call them out on it though? Oh, I remember what I was gonna say.
I never argue my way to.
I'm sorry. I remember now. Uh-huh. So listen. Right here is where the shit gets actually stupid though. When it comes to speed traps here, there is a long ass bridge between, if you're going from like Lafayette, Louisiana, towards Baton Rouge. Like if you're going, you want to go to LSU, but you're like on like the south end of Louisiana. You gotta go there. You gotta go on this bridge. I forget the bridge is called, but it's a really long bridge. It's at least like 10 miles long, and on this bridge, it's a bridge that was built a long time ago, so it's not very like infrastructure proof, I guess, because like it has like a very thin shoulder lane. Mm-hmm. So it's a 2-lane bridge going both ways, 2 lanes, 2 lanes up, 2 lanes, 2 lanes north, 2 lanes south, and you got like 1 lane on the shoulder in case accidents happen. So you would think that is a speed limit 55 on the bridge? Yes, but I can go a little fast if I want to or whatever. But the point is that there shouldn't be vehicles deliberately occupying the shoulder of the bridge because that would be unsafe because that's reserved for accidents. Mm-hmm. These cops give no fucks. They will happily be on the bridge occupying shoulder lanes that are not meant to be occupied ever. Pop their trunks to obscure their sirens. That way you don't know it's them camping, and they'll be like right there. Some of them even like I heard like put the radar gun pointed at their genitals. That way it doesn't pop off for radars. And then when they see what looks like you going fast, they'll pull the radar gun out and then just like fucking hit you with the thing. And it's really scary because like the trunk being pop obscuring the sirens kind of like makes it like a little bit of a, I would say like a hazard. Like it has. I've passed by, not actually speeding, but I've passed by and been startled by what I couldn't tell was the cop car or a car at all right there because like you only have like the tires to like really show you what's going on right there. Mm-hmm. And to me, it just seems super illegal to do all that, but they do it in effort to just pop speeders on that bridge.
It's speeding.
I get that. I get advocating for anti-speeding, but I don't think that's like the right way to do it.
Did you ever hear about how some of the money that these towns were making, these little itty bitty towns were making when they would install these speeding cameras? There was a city called New Miami, right? Population is like 2,500, some small no-name fucking town in Ohio. And all I remember seeing was that they were ordered to pay back over $3 million in speeding fines. This is like a population like 2,000. There were cities that were getting like over budget, like their entire budget of the city was more than paid for by like some of these speeding cameras. It was fucking insane. That city in Ohio is called New Miami, and there are more as well. Like there are like so many examples of like these small towns that would implement these cameras and would make so much fucking money.
Yeah, I am not. The speeding cameras are really stupid because where I used to live, they had a speeding camera and this one like really annoying light, and it would pop you for doing a right turn on red, even if you completely stopped. And like if you're like it wasn't smart. Like,
I've gotten pulled over for this too. There's some small no name. This was at like it was at like 2 a.m. I was driving. I made the drive between Omaha and Miami a few times, from Omaha, Nebraska to Miami, Florida a few times. So I've driven a lot in my life. And there was this dumbass fucking small town where I don't even remember how. You come up to this road and then you turn right because there's like a stop sign. And it's like fucking 2 a.m. and like in the middle of nowhere. And I do it. And out of fucking nowhere, this goddamn fucking Batman Crusader shoots his lights on. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you even fucking doing out here? Are you actually serious right now? I'm actually getting a fucking ticket for rolling a stop sign at 2 a.m. in the middle of fucking nowhere in this population 400 city. Are you serious right now? Unfucking believable, dude.
You mad, bro?
Yeah.
Hey, look, if you got a problem, Mr. Destiny, if you have a problem here, you can go ahead and contest this ticket in court. I'll see you here in Fucksville, nowhere on September 69th, bitch. Peace. And it's like, dude, it's like, and you have nothing you can do. Like,
I actually
come back to the small town to go to the little fucking Dollar
I did
Tree
once actually.
house.
I actually it was in some no-name fucking town in like Illinois or some shit. I don't even know, but I actually did. I went back to this town to argue my speeding ticket, and I drove fucking back. It was like an 8-hour drive or some bullshit. I drove fucking back to argue my speeding ticket. I show up in court, and it's literally like the court is like in this. It feels like it's in like a little church or whatever, and there's literally like 3 people there. It's like me, the judge, and then like the sheriff or whatever that pulled me over, because I guess the city literally has like one fucking officer. And the guy's like, "Oh wow, you actually came for blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Hell yeah, I did." And then the judge was like, "Well, hey, like how you doing?" Like blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, like the speeding ticket was bullshit. I don't even remember why I thought it was bullshit. I was like, yeah, it was like the speeding ticket. I came here to, contest it. And he laughed at me. And he was like, no, come on, let's just go pay it. And I was like,
wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
And I was so much of a beta because I thought I was going to get fucking killed in this town. I was like, all right, I guess. We didn't even do anything. And we like all 3 of us go walk to his fucking office. And oh God.
Oh, that super sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Well, if you want me to, okay, so there's 2 things here before we can conclude on this point. One, I'd love to know approximately how many speeding tickets you've gotten. So I'm wondering if you've gotten more than me, because I'm wondering who here is like the worst driver. And then before we get to that though, 2, I also I've sadly been to the courthouse one too many times, and my most notable one was when I went to Maurice, Louisiana. I went to the courthouse, paid my stupid fucking ticket because they were so antiquated on their system. There was no just mail in the money order to say that you're guilty. No, you had to go to the courthouse in person, get called up when it was your turn, miss work or whatever the fuck, and go in there and pay your stupid fucking ticket so you can move on with your life. Like the town was so small, there was no like infrastructure to even pay the ticket remotely. You had to go to the courthouse. So I went to the courthouse, and guy in front of me looks like I'm sounding like a super profile right now, but like, dude, I was in K-Kona country, y'all. This guy, mullet, ripped jeans, the camouflage hunter vest being ripped up by the shoulders, the whole thing, dude. Just like, only missing was like a NASCAR hat and a cup of dip from chewing tobacco. Like, and I believe he had shit in his pocket. The little metal detector went off and the cop let him go through. Coming from GameStop, was wearing like, I was wearing my pinstripe, my pinstripe polyester pants with my nice little dress top and everything, because they didn't allow jeans at GameStop yet as an employee. I walk in there and he's like, "Oh, hold on, I gotta pat you down." Mind you, it didn't go off for me. The metal detector literally did not go off for me, and he wanted to pat me down. I'm like, the fuck, dude? The guy in front of me, let's get a fucking pocket knife in his pocket. He has shit in his pockets. You didn't pat him down. I didn't say all this. I was just like, really? Am I getting racially profiled right now? God damn, dude. So yeah, I got the pat down, spray your cheeks, lift your sack, and everything else, and fucking then I moved on.
Oh shit! You know what? Actually, I can relate to you on that. I can relate to you. I just realized it. Every interaction you have with a cop, I wonder if you're thinking like, am I getting racially profiled right now? Like, I can't tell. Like, am I being paranoid? Or is this some actual bullshit going on? I actually realized that I feel the same way when I'm playing League of Legends, and I'm not sure if I'm getting stream sniped. I wonder how similar the feeling is after like the third like 5-man gank, and I'm like, am I getting fucking stream sniped right now, or is this just some bullshit? I'm not actually fucking sure. I can't actually fucking tell right now. And like the guy says something in chat, you'll be like, oh, like, thanks, K Comrade. It's like, wait, is this guy like making a communist reference because he's like stream sniping me, or is he just fucking, is he just fucking around? I'm not sure. I wonder if it's like a similar.
I'm gonna say yeah. You've been stream sniping, dude. I don't have a lot of experience with stream sniping because I have not played many games online. But having had the displeasure of dealing with Dark Souls 2 PvP, like I had one. I want to drop the A bomb so bad because that's what he reminds me of. But
A bomb.
I mean, it's 2019. We got the A bomb, we got the F slur, we got the R bomb. There's words you want to avoid.
Okay.
It rhymes with schmodest. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it or not though, but
and also schmotism. Is that what we're?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
This I was playing Dark Souls 2 single player campaign, and of course when you play that game, anyone who's near your level, like in your level of your character, can just invade your world if they happen to be near that area.
Yeah,
they
I
can
know.
just go in there and they can gank you and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy would go out of his way not just to kill me, to taunt and be on stream, to have his little dank name, whatever, like Cockmuncher 49 or whatever on screen. This guy would go out of his way to completely BM me, would like throw poison on my equipment, that way it would all rot away, that way I was completely fucked, and then kill me. Like I literally would have to just like all F4 out of the game because I'm about to get like shitted on, and it was so unfun. Like I was like, dude, you're being a bully. I'm not good at Dark Souls. It's my first time playing Dark Souls 2. You clearly know everything. You're sitting here with like your freaking double dagger butterfly equipment where you're just gonna sit here and just BM the fuck out of me. Yeah, of course you're gonna win because you know my build, you know my equipment, you know everything about me, and you outskilled me. Congratulations, dude. Your dick is fucking huge. Like, what are you gonna do about it? Like, so I don't know. Like, stream sniping is a special kind of like tilt that I had never experienced before, and oh my god, dude, it's like, dude, why are people like this, dude? Why? Like no one likes you. My chat all hated it. I played offline at that point. I unplugged the cable from my freaking I played our Dark Souls 2 in offline mode at that point because I didn't want to do a PvP anymore.
Yeah, I mean, playing it. Oh man, dude, people that do Dark Souls and like calling help for the bosses that's like fucking cheating so much. Holy shit. Right, because you can call in people to like come through the symbols to help you kill bosses and whatnot, and it makes the game it completely makes the game like way different in a bad way, I think.
But all right, so we covered all that now. So profile, etc. Now the question comes though, hot topic here, Destiny. How many tickets have you gotten?
It's double digits. That's all I'll say.
Okay. I actually. I think, okay, here's the sad part, right? My first ticket was 2007, and I think my biggest gap of not having a ticket is like a year and a half or like 2 years. So
Ooh.
I'm definitely up there too. If it's not, I'd be surprised if it was under 10. It's probably over 10 now. I haven't counted personally because I don't gonna make a Hall of Fame here, but like definitely up there, sadly.
Okay.
Dude, it's because all the driving I used to do, man. I used to go to a lot of anime conventions in Texas. So, just driving from Louisiana to Texas was like it's a boring straight shot. So you're trying to get hurry to fuck up and get there, dude. So
yeah.
And sometimes I'm hitting 90 into 75, and I'm just chilling. And but you gotta play it smart. You don't do 90 and a 75 blind. You find a pawn. You find another idiot who's got a heavy foot and wants to go fast. And you let him go in front of you.
Yeah, that's
and
usually what I try to do.
But don't ride his bumper. Don't go aggro him. Just let him do his thing. And then whenever he slows down, you slow down because you're cool. You're no longer riding. You're not. It's your car condom. You're not riding naked anymore. You're fucking. You got someone to take the fall if it gets popped for it, not you.
Yeah.
Because the minute you see his brake lights turn on, you slow down, and then you're good. So. I do that, but I learned that after getting my third or fourth ticket. Don't go in blind. Don't go in blind when you're up hills. Your vision's obscured, so make sure you slow down when you're going down the hill because that's where the cops probably gonna be at.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta play it smart.
Yeah.
So I'm smarter now, but yeah, I've definitely been heavy-footed and impatient in a lot of situations. So sadly, I'm pretty up there.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yep, Gator done. So I think we've gone pretty. The derail meter is already off the charts right now.
Yeah.
The topic we were starting on.
If we want to circle back to some real memes, here's something that I've kind of talked about before that's really interesting. Okay, so it used to be if you were like something like the internet has like changed the game for so much of like how these kinds of like how relationships work, right? Like people do long distance relationships and whatnot now, and e-date and all this shit. It used to be, this is like a word of warning for all of you guys out there, okay? It used to be that if somebody is like 20 years old and they're like trying to date like a 15-year-old, this guy is doing like some very fucking creepy shit, because like 20-year-olds should never really see 15-year-olds unless you're literally like going to a high school. Like it should be pretty fucking hard for somebody that's in their 20s to find somebody that's like in their mid-teens. But nowadays on the internet, we're all kind of like thrown into this massive room together where now it's really easy if you're like fucking 40 years old to talk to somebody playing Overwatch that just happens to be 14. Be careful with that shit, guys, because like fucking, yeah, for a variety of reasons, like it's a lot easier now, and people don't necessarily see, like, you don't necessarily think of somebody's age as much, I guess, when you're interacting with them online versus like in real life. Like you're not going to go down to a fucking high school and talk to like a 13-year-old, but you know, like on the internet, you very realistically could be. So watch out, guys. Don't fucking talk to teenagers and shit if you're in your fucking 20s on the fucking internet. That shit is not good for a variety of reasons, if for no other reason, because it's a massive risk to yourself that you're gonna get fucking your life ruined, but then also because don't fuck around with kids. That shit is fucked up. All right, these people are like, they have like barely functioning fucking brains. Okay, don't take advantage of people like that. It's not good.
Yeah, don't do it. There's a couple of reasons here. One, we can really drive home here with the science of is wasn't there isn't it fact now that a certain part of the brain does not fully develop until you're 25 years old? I forget what part it is and what it involves, like decision making, if I recall correctly.
I mean, like 20, yeah, 25 is when your brain, around 25 is when your brain is supposed to be like fully developed. Yeah.
Prefrontal cortex. That sounds like it. Yeah.
That's the main. I think that's the main. God, what is it? What's the name of the executive functions or whatever? Like your short-term decision making and whatnot. Like all of this stuff. Like your higher cognitive processes and shit are there.
Yeah, it's the reason why I was a fucking idiot until it's the reason why I didn't actually feel like I was like I was anywhere near. I never like even thought about what I was doing long term, like, you know, like 5 years in the future, until I was like 27. Honestly, like I'm fucking dumb, dude. Like. I look back on the things I did when I was 25. I'm like, I'm an idiot. I look back on, I don't even think I even thought like half a year in advance when I was like 22, 21. I was fucking dumb, dude. I was just like, man, I was literally on the day by day basis kind of stuff. So, but yeah, so one, there's that. Yeah, they're not fully developed. So, you know, don't interact. Don't take advantage of them. And there's also, I guess what would be my stance here is that I wouldn't, not that I have anything here to hide or anything, but my stance prior was I would never ask a female or anything their age, because that sounds like I didn't want to be ageist, or I didn't want to, like, you know, because I feel like it was the same category as like, you know, like, ooh, you know, what race are you? You know, what you is.
I asked that shit immediately. As soon as I started talking to someone who's a girl and I realized it, I'm like six like fucking lines in. I'm like, hold up, how fucking old are you, motherfucker?
How old are you? Yeah.
Immediately,
for sure.
Yeah, like I'm IDing at the fucking door just in case, just on the off chance that some dumb shit comes up. I will always know that shit immediately. If you're under 18, see ya. You message me on your fucking 18th birthday. I ain't got time for that bullshit. Yep, peace out. Get the fuck out of here. Block. No way. Yeah, fuck
now,
that
just
shit.
To clarify, y'all, this is like pre-streaming me. This is like, you know, me at like age 22, pre-streaming, IRL. This is like IRL interactions, obviously. The girls I would talk to at the time. So it's a little bit different than like online now. There was like the wild west. So I would definitely offhand, yeah, you know, you're walking around with the consent form and the you know, the ID check off top. How old are you? Peace.
Yep.
Simply put. So yeah, no, I agree. You gotta stay wise, y'all. Y'all don't want to be the you don't want to be the tragedy here of being like a sex offender, because, you know, I don't know, like even the idea here that, you know, you're 20 and you were caught with a 17-year-old because her father was really pissed off that you violated her sanctity somehow. Because isn't there some states where the age of consent is 18, not 17, and 17 is considered like sexual offender, correct?
Oh, there's lots of states where the age of consent is literally like 16, but the laws on child pornography are federal. So
yeah,
like for instance,
I meant like not correct. Yeah, I meant like not child porn. It's more like in general, like you didn't explicitly ask the girl how old she was, and because she was not 18, it's like, oh well, fuck, you know, she was like 17 and a half or whatever.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I just don't talk to anybody. Any girls that aren't 18, I just don't talk to them. that's just to be nice and safe. Yeah, fuck that shit.
But yeah, so you got anything else on this topic here? Or do you want to move on?
Nope. I think we're good. We can move on to the Sushi Dragon.
Yeah.
Okay. I ripped these headlines off of Livestream Fail, so that's why we didn't have a clip for this one. But okay, are you ready? I'm about to play this dude.
Give me a count and I'm ready to roll.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, New York, are you with me? Are you with me? My name is Howard Day, and we're about to light it up. I can't handle it. Holy fuck.
Damn, son. Holy shit, has Sushi Dragon come a long way, man. So can we slow down? Can we talk about him for a little bit before we get to the clip itself?
Yeah, go hit us up with these introductions.
So Sushi Dragon, I don't know how long he's been streaming right now, but I know that he got a big profile boost at TwitchCon 2018 this year, and I was like, wow, here's a guy who, as you can tell in the clip depicted here, that he you may wonder, like, does he have like a production crew? Is there like people who are managing the visual effects throughout? No, that's all him. The device you see on his left wrist, that giant like keyboard or miniature keyboard with all the macro keys, he's operating and doing every single effect, every scene transition, every background effect. All that is prearranged with button presses on his little keyboard thing, making it that much more intimate and impressive to manage all that while doing the sick moves and everything. So that's Sushi Dragon's whole shtick. But when I saw him profiled at TwitchCon, it was like it was very impressive when you knew that it was like him doing it, but you can kind of tell it was him doing it because it was like not as complicated with effects on effects action. You look now and you could actually debatably ask, is there a production crew involved? And from what I understand, to my knowledge so far here, it's still him doing the whole show.
Does he do all like the video editing beforehand to like get all the effects set up, or does he have people that help him with that at least beforehand?
I don't know if he has like staff to help him make the effects, but all the effects are all like macro to his keyboard, so he's doing all that timing in real time.
Damn.
From what I understand.
Or yeah, the timing is in real time. Yeah, I wonder how much of the video editing and whatnot he does.
So it's pretty sick. But yeah, like what I'm seeing here though is like makes what he had profiled at TwitchCon last October look like child's play, dude. He looks like a fucking god at this point now, dude. That is sick. That is really sick. So that's so this happened. This happened like last week. Correct. This is a recent thing. Dude.
Yeah, 6 days ago. I kind of wonder. Do you ever watch like any of the doc stuff as well? I think the doc and this guy. There's probably a couple others you see that go for like the ultra high production quality route.
Yeah, Doc has the full green screen where he can literally do like entire skits if he wanted to, but he usually uses the full screen or the full stage green screen to depict his what is it, the doc bedroom and the doc locker room and stuff like that. So
yeah, you gotta up your game and get these like ultra high quality things going on.
I know, I definitely need to. I've considered getting the full green screen. I don't know what things I would do yet, but I would want to say I'd want to try it out on a YouTube format first, like do some skits before I would hop on and like do the whole thing here. But I also think here that like some of the charm. Like, all right, if I can keep it 100, can I keep it 100 right now?
Yeah.
All right. So like, I've been watching Twitch for a very long time, and whenever I was watching a particular streamer, do I drop the name?
Yeah, do it.
Well,
this is the DT podcast. Fucking name drop it. We don't mess with this pussy bullshit here. Name drop it. Name drop it or get the fuck out.
So what's her name? Kitty, is it not Hello Kitty?
Kitty plays games, or
Kitty Kitty plays games. Had like a big Intel sponsorship like a couple years back, and she was getting a PC built, and I was like, oh cool, it's like, not mind you, I was like just outside of my comfort zone. I had been only watching speedrunners at that point, so I was kind of like getting out there and watching, Gold Glove and other big streamers trying to get some intel on like what does a big broadcaster do that I'm not doing. I'm curious here because I was not full time yet. I'm like, what are the big broadcasters doing so I can understand what being a AAA broadcaster is like, so that I know what it entails in case I ever want to consider going full time on streaming. Because at that point I had no goals other than just like, get good at the speed runs I was doing for the games I was playing. Well, so I see, okay, cool. Here's a female building a PC. That sounds pretty cool. I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna see. Like, I would never think to stream myself building a PC. That sounds like something that no one would want to watch. Typically the me overthinker. So I go in there and I felt betrayed because it wasn't her building the PC. It was like her like vlogging with some Intel staff guy at some fancy Intel sterile pretty building the PC. Like, it wasn't even her doing it. I'm just like, oh, I feel this feels impersonal and non-intimate, and it kind of debated me a little bit. But then that wouldn't be the big deal. Like, cool, there's a guy building your PC because you want to look pretty in front of the camera. No, sure, no big deal there. But then like the angles changed. There was like multiple cameras linked into one feed, and I'm like, is there a production crew here? And then like the A camera went to the B camera, and the B camera had some of the A camera exposed, and you saw that there was multiple cameramen along with multiple cameras with her in a studio. I'm like, oh, it's not even her streaming, or it's not even like her. I'm not even like watching from her own like phone POV. This is her in a production studio doing her little vlog thing. Man, this feels mega non-personal. Like, where's the intimacy here? You're not building the PC. You're not even alone with the guy building the PC. It's just you and a studio of people at Intel making you a PC from them to make them look good. So I felt a big disconnect. Not that there's anything wrong with what you did there, but I felt a big disconnect that I'd never felt prior before on Twitch. And I'm like, I would have much more enjoyed if it was like, me and the streamer together going on an adventure. Even if the PC building would have been like amateur or bad, or you like, have like a grounding error or whatever. Yeah, we're gonna go through that together. That's why I'm watching you build the PC, because I want to relate to all the B-sides, BSODs, that I would get when I'm building a PC at some point if I'm new to the game. And I feel like if you pursue that high production value, eventually it feels you lose the intimacy, I would say. Like
yeah, there's like when you're streaming or watching a streamer, there's this like implicit, it seems right now, the culture, there's like this implicit intimacy that exists, and to break that is very uncomfortable for a lot of people, right? This is why people get so obsessed with the idea of like being real and being true and not being a sellout and blah blah blah, because it's almost like something that gets kind of worrying, right? But they're not just like a streamer or somebody you're watching for content. This is like your friend that you're watching, like being real as fuck and like bearing their soul and shit for you. So yeah, it's very interesting. I guess in some ways it's good because it helps us make more money because people look up to you and watch your shit more. But then in other ways it can be maybe unhealthy with the way that some people treat the interactions, right? The whole parasocial relationship stuff. But
yeah. But the important thing here, though, is that I wasn't even aware of it. I wasn't aware that I desired intimacy until it wasn't there, and it was in a high production environment. Then I'm like, oh, now it just feels like broadcast television. So I feel like it's even crazier because it was at a subconscious level until it was made aware. It's kind of like how you don't appreciate good sound editing until you watch, I don't know, a movie with shitty sound editing, and you're just like, wow, this score is louder than the dialogue. This dialogue is not mastered correctly. Et cetera, right? Like, yeah, like you guys know, if you all play games here in the chat, so it's like, yeah, if you can think here of a game that has like fucking horseshit sound editing or just bad sound effects, you're just like, when it works, your immersion's there, and you only appreciate it, or you really like villainize it whenever the sound editing or sound direction is poor because it takes you out of the immersion.
Sure.
So you're on this nirvana nonstop with like intimate, personal, relatable streams until you get to that part where you get burned by seeing a high production thing, and you're just like, this feels so calculated and sterile, and it feels like not organic. So
I'm trying to think if there's ever been like can you think of an example like in media or something where there's been like a third wall, or not a third wall, a fourth wall that's been like really uncomfortably broken, where things weren't quite as you kind of hoped they were? I'm trying to think if there's an example of this. There's got to be some example in real life where there's some like childhood hero or friend or something you looked up to, and then like when the curtains were peeled back, it changed you dramatically or something. Can you think of anything like this? Or
I'm so jaded on the whole like blind devotion to something and looking up to it. I'm so jaded off that.
Not
now.
John
If you
Tron.
asked me,
Shut
like,
the fuck
10
up,
years ago-
guys. God damn it. Not Bill Cosby.
Oh baby, Uncle John. Fuck, dude. I don't know. I have to dig back so far because like for me to even be in that mindset of even being able to be debated off of that would be like at least like 8 or 9 years ago now. Like when I was like 20, so like I was much more impressionable then. And I'm trying to think who did I even give a fuck about when I was 20 years old? I don't even know. Couldn't tell you offhand. The only example I can really think of is like, and this is like a really corny one, but you know the John Lasseter, who was the overhead executive who was in charge of Disney Feature Animation and Pixar. Whenever he got popped recently for, you know, for having sexual harassment charges put against him at the Pixar studio for hugging women uncomfortably and kind of like, you know, making women feel generally uncomfortable with his like aggressive.
Oh shit!
approaches.
This is the one I heard about, right? No, Ren. Wait, was it? Or I actually might be thinking of Neil deGrasse
There's
Tyson.
a lot of Me Too's recently. He,
Yeah, fuck.
It was more that I just never thought that like, you know, because he was like, you know, he was the guy. I was like, look at him, dude. He got on at Disney, worked on Fox and the Hound in the 80s, grinded his way at the Pixar. Was a guy at Pixar in 1985 when they were like a no profit money sink for Steve Jobs. They persisted. They improved their CGI animation with their supercomputers and their animation rigging. They eventually get a contract with Disney in 1990 to produce 6 films. At which point, through 5 years of development hell, finally in 1995, Toy Story 1 happens, and it's literally a rags to riches story, dude. This guy went from being absolutely nothing to being inspired to want to work on cartoons to getting on at Pixar and then making Pixar or being on the Pixar ship when Pixar blew up to what it was when they were in their nirvana of great films, banger after banger after banger. And I'm like, dude, I want to be like him. And then, you know, sexual shit happens, and it's like, fuck, dude, another guy corrupted by power. And it kind of also explains here the fact that there's probably very minimal female representation at Pixar as well, because there's been, you know, it's been 18 years of Pixar, and we have had debatably one female co-director in all the Pixar films so far. So there's probably has been a giant like dick measuring ego maintaining contest over at Pixar. So I'm kind of let down by that.
I think I was thinking of it was Morgan Freeman that came out as having had a lot of inappropriate interactions with people, right?
Yeah,
that was the one I was thinking of. As a not really related thing, because I didn't quickly remember who the Kitty Plays Games was. I googled her, and there's apparently a streamerspedia. And I looked her up, and she has multiple subsections. She's got Twitch channel, streaming and gaming equipment, right? So she actually has like multiple sections out. And I was curious, so I searched for myself on this Streamerspedia site to see what was written about me. And it is literally Destiny the game, is all there is. So fuck this bullshit ass website.
You're not relevant, fam. Just gotta admit the facts here. Like,
I'll work on it, okay?
I mean, if you were a stellar streamer like Kitty Plays with her Team Kitty network and her stellar viewership and everything else, and you'd be extravagant. But sadly, you are a known pedophile who. Let me stop.
Okay. Whoa, damn. Can we chill out? Damn.
No, I was gonna. I couldn't think of another tame thing, dude. I had to take the Tonkus route, dude. I like that's what they beat you up on all fucking day, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
No. Streamerpedia, dude, that's crazy. Do you have a wiki yet? Do you have a Wikipedia article on yourself yet? Is there like a Destiny the Streamer Wikipedia article?
Yeah, there is.
Have you
It's
made it
literally
yet?
like fucking 3 paragraphs
Nothing.
long. So
Yeah, mine's also pretty shit. I don't know when that happened either, but that happened for me in 2015. But it's pretty generic though.
Oh
Streamerpedia,
shit!
that's pretty cool.
Someone just brought this up. I'm sorry, just real quick. Did you hear about the dumb Super Bowl shit?
Which dumb thing you're talking about? The fact that
They
it
did,
was
like,
a 10-year low in ratings. Talking about
When
the
they like
halftime
did the
show?
3-second intro to like the victory
I heard
song
it.
or whatever. Yes, and then Jesus, why would they do that? Why not just not say anything at all?
So I guess you want to improv into this right now. This sudden.
Oh yeah,
topic?
just a quick thing. We're not talking about it for long. Just seemed really stupid to me.
Yeah, so the reason people are upset about the halftime show is because like Steven Hillenburg passed away this year. So if there was ever going to be a time to like give a fitting tribute to SpongeBob, which there was already an over 1 million pledge petition on change.org to advocate for giving SpongeBob the halftime Super Bowl thing in reference to the most popular episode, Band Geeks. They you get mega debate here because they actually do play some footage from the episode, and then it transitions into sicko mode from Travis Scott. And you just feel like it was used because it had metrics. It was going to pull in, you're able to do the min max. You did the absolute minimum to pull in the SpongeBob fans into thinking they were getting what they wanted, but then you did the maximum to appease to the lowest common denominator of like mainstream fans by giving them like sicko mode and Maroon 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cheesy. It's pretty cheap, and it's even worse so because like the Super Bowl staff or the committee kind of admitted a wrongdoing because the next day, because of the negative backlash done by that cheap tactic, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium Twitter tweeted out, the stadium with all of its like jumbotron monitors playing the entirety of the Band Geeks song monologue, or the song portion of the episode to an empty crowd. It showed like the dramatic shots of like the mass seating capacity of the stadium, but it being completely empty while playing the thing, and in memory of Steven Hillenburg, quote unquote. But it's like you're doing it now to save face because of all the negative reception, because you just used because you/the NFL/the committee used it to just draw in more views, but not actually give like any tribute or any mention of R.I.P. Steven Hillenburg.
Sure.
So there's that, but that's not even the big thing though. The thing I find more drama worthy was the fact that you saw Adam Levine of Maroon 5's Delicious Man Nipples all on stage, and it makes the entirety of the 2004 Janet Jackson nipple ordeal that she was not aware of, by the way, that much more comically stupid, I would say. Like, Janet's nipple without consent was a the nipple, the tits are gonna go crazy. And then like here we are now, freaking 15 years later, and you got Adam's nipples on stage for an extended period of time, and it means nothing. So it's just like, I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, at least whether you think it's right or wrong, I mean, in current society, right, male nipples and female nipples are treated quite differently, right?
So, to be fair, yeah. But that's like the that's the thing that I thought was like a interesting take. There was like people were like calling out that hardcore, and I'm like, okay. But yeah, sure, go ahead though.
Oh yeah, if you're done, we can do the last Airbender.
Oh yeah, no, let's do it.
All right, 3.
Make sure I have it.
Oh my god.
All right.
3.
All right.
2.
My boy Mizkif. Let's do
1.
it. 3, 1,
go.
Water. Earth. Fire. Air. Long ago, the 4 nations lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Only the Avatar, master of all 4 elements, could stop them. But when the world needed him most, he vanished. 100 years passed, and my brother and I discovered the new Avatar, an airbender named Aang. And although his airbending skills are great, he has a lot to learn before he's ready to save anyone. But I believe Aang can save the world.
Oh boy. So my boy Mizkif's been going on quite a journey the last month and a half or so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when he shaved his head. I think that was like for a sub goal or something like that. Did he shave his eyebrows too?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah.
That's bold, dude. Don't eyebrows take like a long ass time to grow back too? Like,
I feel like they do. I could be wrong, but yeah, I feel like they do.
Yeah. Not really eager to find out that, but more power to you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's been on quite a journey, man. I love this out of context here. This is what I look for. This is that literally the intimacy I look for here. This is this old scuffed ass production value that is exactly the Twitch that I love and hold dear to me. So have you seen, was it 2009 the live action Last Airbender?
No, I have not. Have you?
Oh my god. Yeah. Sadly, yes. It was. Oh my god, dude. It's honestly it was 2010. The fan base will let you know that this doesn't exist. Like, this is one of those things that is like, so the movie is so bad that people kind of like forget it exists. Alongside like 2008's Dragon Ball Evolution, like Dragon Ball fans was like, what movie, what film? Like, it didn't even happen. Like it's so bad you don't even want to like glorify its badness with memes. No, it's like you don't even meme on it. You just like silently ignore it. It's that bad.
Was the movie? Was it? I didn't actually watch the anime. This is why I didn't watch the movie. Was it like a tie-in to the anime, or was it like a what happens after, or a prelogue, or what? Or,
no, it was an adaptation of the show. Done by M. Night Shyamalan, Shyamalama Ding Dong.
Did he have like a big twist at the end, or?
It's just fucking awful, dude. They call him Ong rather than Aang. They mispronounce the names. It's littered in whitewashing. Because like a lot of white actors depict a lot of the Asian race depicted in the thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a lot of just like narratively questionable things of like with stakes and payoff. Like people get a lot of development and it goes nowhere. People like die who had no development. They deviate pretty far from the pacing of the show itself, and it ends on the most like blue balls, obvious cliffhangers if they were confident that they were doing good enough to justify a sequel ever. Not to mention just like, you know, the epic I don't know what's called, the epic transformation arts that he's doing right there. It looked like a break dancing that belonged in Step Up or Bring It On, like in some kind of dance movie rather than here.
Wait, it takes a shitty Dragon Ball movie for white people to notice whitewashing.
Wait, that's not true.
Well, yeah, I don't think trihex is white. I don't understand that comment. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, no, it's whitewashing. It's been whitewashing going on for fucking decades now.
I'm sorry. It was just interesting that somebody said that when you're sitting here talking about it. I thought that was. I don't understand. Did you why? I always feel like when it comes to like film adaptations of certain things, sometimes I get this impression that somebody watches something and they come away with like the totally wrong idea about what the fuck they just watched, and like, I want to make a movie about it. Did you ever read Ender's Game?
No, I haven't, sadly.
Fuck. So Ender's Game. So if like a 6-year-old were to read Ender's Game, they might say that like Ender's Game is a movie or is a book about like a kid that blows up a bunch of aliens, but it's not really about that at all, right? That's like science fiction is usually a setting used to tell like a more universal story, right? So Ender's Game is really a story about basically it's a coming of age story about a boy growing into an adult and then kind of finding his place in the world and figuring it all out while everyone around him is pressuring him to be somebody else who doesn't, right? But the one they made, like, did you ever watch the Ender's Game movie?
I haven't either, no.
Oh, fuck. The Ender's Game movie is literally like taking it and just making it into like an action thing. And it's like, well, did you even watch or understand like anything about like the subject matter? I feel that happens a lot with like the underlying material, especially when it comes to like anime adaptations or not anime adaptations, like video game adaptations into movies and shit, or certain book adaptations into movies where it's like, what the fuck is this adaptation? Like, it feels like, you know, like, have we ever had a good video game movie?
The short answer would be probably not an exceptional one. And if you want to take a minute here, I actually would love, this is actually a great topic to shit on a couple of movies for a second. Mm-hmm. So one is the fact that you're bringing up Ender's Game, having like completely losing the tone, having the invalid focus due to the adaptation. Sometimes I feel like that's done through marketing. Like, if the property is not particularly well known or they don't feel exceptionally bankable, they'll try to take like the knownness of the property to reel in those fans, and then through marketing department revisions and rehashes, they'll ultimately say, yeah, we need to like add more action, that way we can if we're gonna go for PG-13 here, let's go ahead and just maximize it by including more violence for the 18 to 24-year-old males who like want to go see the movie. So that kind of dilutes the intent from the adaptation to just some like generic fodder filler with a hint of flavoring. So it feels like some like weak seasoning, like limp noodle trash stuff, rather than some like potent seasoning, spicy, flavorful film making, I guess you could say. But back to the topic here about the bad movies though. Yeah, in recent time, I mean, dude, people forget that there was a Tomb Raider movie that came out last March. I forget her name, Alicia Stone, I think her name is. But yeah,
I had no idea.
A Tomb Raider movie came out, which people completely forgot about. That looked pretty more loyal, I guess you could say, but still pretty generic, because it's like, I mean, why would I play Tomb Raider when it just feels like it's all the cutscenes, but none of the interaction that the game allows me to have? Mm-hmm. And I feel this was especially a bad idea for 2016, 2017, 2017, I don't know, whatever year the Assassin's Creed came out. The Assassin's Creed movie with Michael, what's his name? Whatever his name is though. But yeah, if you're familiar with it here, the live action Assassin's Creed that came out a while back.
I remember hearing about this, but I never played the game, so I never actually watched it.
Michael Fassbender. There we go. Yeah, Michael Fassbender.
Okay.
Who was also in Alien Covenant. Well, the problem I have with Assassin's Creed, as you know, is you time travel back to like Victorian era London, or X place. If you're playing another game, it'd be Egypt or whatever, right? You travel back in time, and the cool thing here, the entire gimmick is that you're in an interactive realm from the past in intimate detail, when you can then do assassinations of historically significant figures to revamp history.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, whenever you take that interactive form for a game concept and you apply that same thing to a different medium, a static medium like movies, I'm not as impressed here, because you're going back in time, but it's just another set piece being filmed for a movie. It's not as impressive anymore. Anyone can make the set piece now, or it's a Victorian area in London and you're just running around doing shit. That's cool and all, but the concept now for Assassin's Creed lends itself much more to its originality, to gaming and interactiveness, than I feel a movie. So the movie concept on its own, even if it was going to be quote unquote good or quote unquote well shot, that doesn't interest me, honestly. So it didn't surprise me that Assassin's Creed did badly, because I don't think its concept lended itself towards being a good movie.
Sure.
So
did you ever see a long time ago? This is one of the only, I don't even remember it that well, but one of the only like game movies I actually ended up watching. Did you watch the Doom movie?
No, but I did see the final 3 minutes where it does like the Doom
first person shit.
The first person thing, with The Rock.
When are we gonna get a really good video game movie? There's like so much material out there.
We'll pause there though. Okay. Yeah. Challenge yourself though. Okay, what video game lends itself well to being a good movie?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think if you take the right, I mean, like I'm a fucking fanboy, but I would say like any Final Fantasy, or like even the Metal Gear Solid shit could work. Like I don't know. I think you could do it. You would just have to like really take out like any of like an Uncharted, or even any of like the Far Cry games. As much as I usually don't like those, like I think there's material there that could like be a movie. Sure.
Actually, I'm getting a lot of suggestions here. Metal Gear Solid, I do think would work, but I think Konami is way too stupid. Like Konami's just like too ineptly managed to ever have that actually happen correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Continuing on here, someone brought up Metal Gear. Actually, we were due for a Halo movie in 2008, but Microsoft
who was wasn't like Denzel Washington slated to be involved in that? I feel like I read that a long time ago.
I don't remember any actors attached to it, but I remember that Neil Blomkamp, the guy who did Blomkamp, I might be saying it wrong because it's like South African, but the director who did 2009's District 9, if you ever saw that, it's fucking sick, by the way.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He was slated to do the Halo movie, but Microsoft was being too much of a control freak. They wanted like a lot of creative control over the film, to the point where no big studio, none of the big six, Disney, Fox, Universal, etc., none of them want to take it, because they demanded way too much shit for it to ever be like a feasible collaboration project. It was essentially going to be Microsoft in the pilot seat and the X studio funding all the money for it, and then they get minimal rewards for it. So when Halo was at its peak clout, nothing ever happened, sadly. I say sadly, but maybe. So yeah, so there's that. People are saying here that God of War, actually, I agree with that. I think God of War, especially now the 2018 game, I think God of War would be super sick for a movie. I definitely agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think
there are some.
Did you ever play the Witcher games?
No, Witcher 3 is on my queue though. I've heard Game of the Year regularly, but Witcher is another one you think is would
yeah, for sure. Well. That has like the perfect mix of like in terms of like humor, sex shit, and sexy girls, and like action, and kind of like mystical fantasy shit. Like I think The Witcher would definitely be, actually that would be my number one candidate for something that could like be a movie or whatever, would definitely be The Witcher, or actually even like a series, which I guess they're making was that on Amazon or Netflix, or who's running that? I think it's Netflix, where they're trying to make it into a TV show. I feel like it's going to be super shit though, so
I guess we'll see then, won't we?
Mm-hmm.
Here's a question here. What about what do you feel is a shitty game movie idea that's likely to happen soon? Is there, can you think of anything that goes in that realm here?
What's a game worthy idea that's likely to say that again?
A game that would be adapted to a movie, that would be a terrible idea that is more likely to happen than a good idea. Like,
do you think they'll ever make like a fucking Fortnite
for
movie?
Example, right? Like Angry Birds happened, and I was like, why the fuck would you do Angry Birds? But then it's like, okay, I guess when you add because Angry Birds the movie was like just loaded in celebrities, that it was like if you overstuff it with like bankable celebrities, added a lot of like licensed like like really popular licensed music and just make it animated and call it like a kid fodder film.
I feel like there's got to be like
money.
another battle royale movie. I mean, like these movies for a brief moment in time like started to come out. What was the name of the American one that was like based on the Korean one? Fuck, what am I thinking of? It was like one of the first like big battle royale movies.
Wasn't it called Battle Royale? I think of the one based on the book here.
Was it just called Battle Royale? Not Hunger Games, guys. There was like a Korean or Japanese like of this type of like Battle Royale. It might have just been called Battle Royale. And then there was like an American version that was made. Okay, yeah, it was just Battle Royale. Yeah, and then like the Hunger Games is like a Battle Royale. I'm really surprised we haven't seen like a Fortnite-esque movie. Yeah, but
I don't know. I mean, it's getting tough now though. Like with like a I'm sorry, I have to go ham here again on this here. But the fact that like Disney, it seems like they're moving forward with the whole acquisition of Fox for $72 billion. Now that's going forward. It's like, have you seen how like scary monopolistic it's looking for the landscape of modern movie making? Like, did you see what Disney's releasing this year alone in 2019? It's actually ridiculous.
The second Avengers is coming out, right?
Oh my god, dude! No, that's look, in 2019 alone, live action Dumbo in March, Captain Marvel in March, Avengers Endgame in April, live action Aladdin in May, Toy Story 4 in June. I guess to an extent here, Spider-Man Homecoming or Spider-Man Far From Home is in July. That's not technically, that's like a Sony property, but it's MCU. Catapult still. What am I forgetting here? There's 2 live actions. There was live action Aladdin and live action or live action CGI remake Lion King in July. Frozen 2 in November. I mean, fuck, and then Star Wars 9 in December, dude. Like, look at that. That's like if you're not Disney right now, you're figuring out like what month is unoccupied for you to even release your biggest bangers at this point. That is ridiculous, dude.
What about did you ever read the Artemis Fowl books?
No, I'm sadly I have not.
Oh, they're making a movie of the Artemis Fowl stuff. That's like
oh no, but I did hear about that though. Yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah, I wonder how that'll turn out.
So, but yeah, dude, like look at that. Look how much all that is. Well, minus Spider-Man. All that is fucking Disney, dude. Disney / Marvel, and that should scare the fuck out of you, dude. Holy shit. So yeah, I'm not even surprised there's no Fortnite movie because what? Like, fuck theaters now, dude. Like, why the fuck would I even want to try to fight that shit? It's like, I don't know. It's like fucking trying to fight, Big Bubba in jail. Like, you're just gonna get fucking bent over and destroyed in the booty. I guess. I don't know. Metaphor choice here.
Well,
yeah, I would if I was epic at Fortnite, I wouldn't give a fuck about movie adaptations either. I would focus on fucking trying to steal Steam's clout and keep the Epic launcher as competitively viable as possible while pouring out the Epic Unreal Engine to every fucking thing I can to build it as much as I can from there.
And then Will Smith, the genie in the live action Aladdin. Ooh, it's gonna be a year for movies, my dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be, whoo man, it's gonna be a shit show for sure.
Oh man.
So yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Shout outs if Black Panther wins Best Picture, it's gonna be even like crazier because then just like just got Disney just like taking over everything here.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that's all I got for you there. A little tangent. But yeah, Last Airbender was a terrible fucking film. Like the choreography for the fights was comical. The cinematography was terrible. If you saw it in 3D, some of the scenes were literally too dark and they were not adjusted for the tint that the 3D glasses puts on you when you view them, so you couldn't see a fucking thing. It was actually one of the few movies I saw that I really, and I'm not want to do this here, but it was a movie that I literally was like, yo, I want to walk out. This film, this is a waste of my fucking time. I can go home and play, Halo 3 right now instead of watching this fucking horse shit.
Damn.
I want to do that. Yeah, it was just bad. It was just fucking bad.
Did you end up seeing Glass?
I didn't know because I don't know, M. Night, I'm just like, I'm burned on him at this point. Glass does look interesting, but I was like, nah, let me wait until I have to go see, I guess. Okay. Did you go see Glass?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was my homework I gave you, I think, a week and a half ago or something. Didn't I tell you to go watch it? Motherfucker.
I forgot about that. Baby, you don't respond to my DMs. You don't even DM me to remind me, baby. You hit me with the homework on the assignment, then you never hit me up in the DMs.
That's fucking
might be.
All right.
Do it. All right, look, real shit here. You in this episode here, you can reassign me homework, and I will make up for.
No, I'm over it now. I don't care anymore. I'm over it. Okay.
All right.
We're moving on.
All right, moving on, baby.
Okay.
2019, new year, new me. Let's go.
Hikaru Nakamura, clearly one of my fans, as he's very good at chess. It's our final clip. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Gotta load it up. Give me a count.
All right. 3, 2,
2,
1,
1,
go.
go.
I shouldn't have done this either, but was it really? So bad. Checkmate with .1. Ooh la la.
Damn.
Holy shit, dude. That's fucking crazy, dude. That's crazy. I had to watch it twice because I was like, dude, that timer, dude. I'm free. I'm fucking biting my nails right now looking at this timer. He's freaking out, man. He's running out of time, dude.
Yeah, he's definitely playing the clock, or playing against the clock. Do you think that Do you think it's kind of surprising? On one hand, it's kind of cool to see these people engaging with Twitch, but on another hand, do you think it's kind of surprising that we haven't seen like more of this kind of jump for like people like poker players or these kind of like board game players to like be more and more active on the Twitch platform? I guess for chess, you've got like Jerry from the Chess Network who's doing it for a while, but I'm kind of surprised you don't see like more poker players and shit like jumping on Twitch too. No, like we've already gotten like really big celebrities like Drake and whatnot, you know, kind of engaging a little bit with the platform, or at least with people on the platform. People are saying poker players are already huge. Are they actually? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you know what's funny about this? I remember I had like I had a very jaded stance on this back in like, you know, when I was younger and dumber, like 2013, 2014, when Twitch was like really, really young. I was like, man, wait until like the first like AAA celebrity finds about Twitch and just like fucking monopolizes it for his own use. Like what if Will Smith's son, Jaden Smith, like gets on and takes over and because he has like the cloud of being like a known celebrity, he can just like use
like 100K viewers or some shit.
Yeah, you use the upcoming movie he's going to be in as like, you know, cloud for, hey, you know, come hang out with me because I'm known and famous and popular and shit. And I was like, man, like, how do you compete with that? How do you compete with someone who's already got that kind of like Illuminati of clout and I guess knownness? And I was like, dude, fuck celebrities, man, fuck them. This is our platform. I was a very like, you know, us versus them mentality. But, you know, I'm older now. I'm wiser. And I have a modern stance on it now, which is that, yeah, like any growth with the platform ultimately is good because it's like a new avenue of viewers for you to win over. If you have compelling enough content, then, yeah, they'll eventually come to you, maybe. Obviously, you know, the problem there is more that, you know, Twitch is very top heavy because like the discoverability on Twitch is pretty terrible. But
it's gotten a lot better, though, to be fair. It's gotten a lot better.
But assuming it continues to get better as it's been progressing now, I advocate for, you know, yeah, I'm totally down for more people coming over to Twitch, certainly. So yeah, I think it's cool. I definitely approve of it. As for why I feel like people have not come over to Twitch yet, I don't know. I think.
Do you think is there like some big like sport or some big like activity that would do really well on Twitch that hasn't like discovered it yet? You think?
Whatever it is, it has to be a thing where you can talk to chat. Like I don't see like motocross, for example, ever like, I don't know, if you're like
that's what I was thinking, like person. NASCAR, you've got like a cam like in your fucking shit, you're like at the track or something.
Yeah, it's got to be something where like previously there was no like the barrier between the person, the participant, and the audience was like this giant barrier of like, I guess, broadcast television or like some like production crew. But the minute that you can take the reins and you can just like, you can personally talk to chat while engaging the thing you're doing, makes it like unparalleledly intimate. Is that I want to phrase that correctly? And when that happens, it's like, ooh, yeah, I can, you know, because you always, you know, even previously now, it's like, for example, let's take a Hikaru here, right? Like there's documentaries on chess masters, there's chess tournaments on ESPN2 or whatever, but I never get to like, you know, see them just casually practice or like them just like fucking destroy, you know, anyone who's non-grandmaster at chess at a given time, and then provide their play-by-play commentary over why they won, and you get to like, boost your enlightenment over your understanding of chess from their like superior perspective, and just admire them for how far in advance they're even playing in turns. This guy's playing like probably 10 probabilities per turn, or if not higher. He's just it's fucking that good. It's crazy. And so I would think that anyone who's coming over to this thing is going to benefit the most if they can just like talk to chat in general. So the next big thing is whatever comes to mind for that. I don't know what would be offhand here, but I think if you can talk to chat and provide your own personal insight, you're going to go pretty far with it.
I feel like there could be room. I wonder if like the production would be too complicated, but to actually do like live streaming of like large airsoft or paintball matches, I think could be like pretty exciting. If you've got like an actual like board that's keeping track of the people that are still up and whatnot, and then you actually have like multiple camera angles to catch like matches, especially like if you could set something like that up and get like streamers and shit involved, then could you imagine like rolling like Greek and Soda and like Rekful and shit like into like a big paintball match with like cameras and whatnot? I feel like this would be a really big streaming event. Like 100K plus viewers would tune in to like watch shit like that. Would be really fucking funny.
Yeah. I'd even go as far as say like, okay, so I think that's actually a solid idea. But what intrigues me more about what you presented right there is the idea that will there ever be like a business that wants to like make like a giant studio that like, because the whole idea here too is like, if you can get like a studio involved, that would give you like an enclosed environment where you can like interchange things, whether it be like the turf or like, if you want to do like, I don't know, like some kind of like arena tier staffing where you can change the terrain from like a soccer field to an ice skating rink, and you're able to like use the giant rigs within the arena itself to just like do whatever you want to do. Like you're, for example, me and you are willing to do like a ice skating like amateur like little thing together, like a little like a duet with me and you. I carry you and you carry me, and we do like some try to do like a triple axel, whatever, right? And we do bust our ass and everything. And the only thing holding us back from doing this is the fact that there's no studio available for us to do this at. But what if someone innovated here and had like a pro streaming like custom rig arena studio thing where we can finally do that? We just rent it out for like $1,000 and just fucking do it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see more of that,
Yeah,
like kind of like high quality.
If the equipment was there for us to like execute it, I wonder how popular that would be. If you were only $1,000 away from like putting on some sick one-off event, how frequently would streamers use that?
To be fair, yeah, and then renting some of these places would probably be more than $1,000 for a day, but
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We've got the Reddit thread. Do you have anything else to say on this, or?
Nah, it was sick, dude. That was a I don't know.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. Fuck, we've got one more.
Hey.
Fifth one
Wait.
that we don't really have a clip we can watch because they're banned, but our boy, our K comrade Hasanabi, hit with a 7-day Twitch cops.
Happens to the best of us. He's in the club now. We've all been there.
Yeah.
So,
Did you see what he got banned for?
Yeah, so he got banned. He got popped for showing a segment from Michael Moore's Fahrenheit 9/11 documentary, if I recall correctly, right? And during said thing, there was a depiction of a dead body, and but it was like an educational, like enlightenment. I don't think it wasn't like a gross gore thing to freak you out. It's like, yeah, this is the effects of war. Here's a dead body. It wasn't.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. It was Bowling for Columbine. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Bowling for Columbine. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're right. Not 9/11. My bad. Yeah, I meant to say that. I'm sorry. But yeah, it was a dead body, showing the side effects of war and shit. It wasn't meant to like even glorify like necro, I don't know, decomposed bodies or anything like that. I feel like the context of the clip you saw, if you would have saw it, or if anyone here had seen it, it's like it wasn't meant to like glorify dead people. But apparently, there was someone who was triggered in chat and got fired up. It was like fat and just it skeeted on his keyboard, hit and happened to hit the report button, and then off Hassan went. So that's what I understand what happened there. But yeah, he's out for 7 days. And it just sucks. I'm not really a fan of that. Not really a fan of that ban. That feels like super questionable.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because you've got like the whole context, rules and everything. Like I'm trying to think. Like I feel like I've shown like dead people on stream before, like in the context of like a YouTube clip or something, not like ultra graphic, but like I'm pretty sure it's happened. And I was under the impression that like as long as this stuff is done like within like a certain context, like you're not just literally doing like gore porn or something, that it would be okay. But yeah, it seems kind of strange. I guess it's not. So
Yeah.
glad Hassan found out for me. Yeah.
So the problem here is I get from this is like it makes like politics on Twitch seem that much more questionable to do now.
Yeah, sometimes it's like hard to. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to know like what's
you
okay.
already, if people disagree with you, you're gonna get people who are gonna pop in with like racist username alts. People are gonna pop in and donate to try to like get you destroyed by using your text to speech on donations to like get you to like say words you wouldn't otherwise. You have like the filter on max. You got to just work a little bit harder to deal with the people who oppose you stronger because you're engaging in politics on Twitch. But then you see this stuff here, and you're just like, okay, well, damn. Now, like, if context didn't save him, then fuck, dude, you have to play like really safe now, and it's kind of like neuters your ability to like do political podcasting or political discussions more engaging or effectively. It kind of feels like on the same thing on YouTube, because I hear on YouTube if you bring up like Iran or war, like even if you use these words and you're like advocating for against war, if you bring up I don't know, Yemen or bombings or like war criminals, if you use these words that are basic descriptions of what's going on,
you got auto demonetized or whatever.
You're auto demonetized. So it's like, well, fuck, if I can't, what am I gonna do? Like what can I do then? Like what can I, if I'm a YouTuber trying to use my independent political platform, talk about, if I just want to talk about this at all? Like I'm not even like pro it. I want to just talk about solutions towards stopping it. If you're on the good side, I guess, what do you do? And it's like, fuck, well, so it feels like a similar thing to that, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of strange too that he caught like a 7-day ban for, I'm pretty sure this is his first ban ever.
Yeah, correct.
It's kind of scary, because now his next one should theoretically be a 30-day ban, unless he can go 3 months without getting banned for anything, although I don't think he would. But yeah, doing political stuff on Twitch can be pretty scary sometimes if you can catch bans for stuff like that.
Yeah, so F and chat from my boy Hassan. It sucks, dude. Twitch will be a more boring place without him now, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'll have to step up and really deliver that high quality League of Legends content that people want, so that we have a good replacement.
Yeah. I'm gonna go on YouTube and do more makeup tutorials and Fortnite videos to make up for the lacking political stuff. So
okay, back to the fuck, I forgot to click my record thing today, so I'm not actually sure how long we've been on for. Have we been on for about an hour and a half?
All right, your VOD is at 144.
Yeah, but we were like,
I don't know,
15 minutes.
I don't know how long. Yeah, I don't know how long our. I think we're about at 90 now. We can. Yeah.
Okay.
Professional, y'all. We are absolutely professional.
Absolutely professional. Okay.
Let me see here. Can you link me the Actually, no, don't even worry about. I'm fucking get here. Let me get the. Are we going to the Reddit thread now for questions?
Yep, we are going to the Reddit thread for questions.
All right. Let me. Obviously, I pre-screened them here, so I'm definitely ready. Let me see here.
I'll just start running them down. What was the host's first impression of each other? When was the first time you heard about me?
The first time I heard about, okay, this is pretty high actually. My first time hearing about Destiny was actually Are you ready for this one? So in 2015, right? You already had the Destiny.gg website up, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay. So Patreon approached me at the peak of my Mario Maker, like 8,000 viewer average way back when. And they were like, yeah, come to our we would love to have you on our platform. I think you could use it for great stuff. And I was like, well, I don't really know what I would do. I don't know what more I can offer than what I already do now with streaming. So I kind of declined it. But then whenever I brought when I brought the proposition to my chat about Patreon, which I didn't do ultimately, someone told me about, hey, well, you could do what Destiny does. And I was like, well, who's that? What does he do? And then that was my first time ever hearing about you was your approach to the monetization model of keeping it more, having less dependency on the Twitch platform and more of your own independent thing, where you had your own, Destiny 1 through 4 tiers and all that other shit.
Yeah.
But I didn't know who you were though. I thought you were just like some league streamer. I didn't know like what you did at the time at all. So that was my very earliest impression was like, okay, he's a smart business guy. Cool. But, fast forwarding though, my first impression that was probably more meaningful of you, I actually don't really remember, honestly. because by the time me and you encountered each other on Greek's podcast, or was it Train's podcast?
I think it was Train's. Yeah.
I already knew that you did debates and shit. I knew you as like you were like the debate guy, but I don't remember like my very first time, because I feel like I already knew who you were by that point. So I don't remember what my very first impression was.
Honestly. Yeah, and I think for me it was more or less the same. Like I've kind of always been aware of who you were in the background with the Mario Maker stuff, especially when that got big. And then I knew that obviously you were the face of Tryhard and everything. But until I think it was the Trainwrecks podcast was like my first like long form impression of you. Yeah.
Well, here's my question. Okay, so both our answers are kind of like,
nothing too exciting.
Not cliffhanger. What made you go on the podcast though? Because that's actually what I would like to hear about. Because I feel like I was kind of like definitely a fish out of water when I went to the Greek podcast, because I was like the only one who like, I feel I was the only one who had like I guess answers that involved any kind of nuanced detail of stuff. Like everyone had like a very like yeah or no, but I was all like, I had like long-winded, elaborative answers on everything, and so much so that I would often just write down my answers so I can just like blurt it out whenever I'd finally cut in and speak. Like I was like really, really polite and very passive, and I feel like it wasn't my natural environment. So I'm kind of wondering what made you say yes to go on that podcast as well.
Basically over the last couple of years, for a long time in my streaming history, I was kind of an isolated person. I only stuck to myself, and then I had my own group of friends, but I didn't really do anything with other streamers ever. I didn't have any streamer friends. I didn't have any, like, I just was always kind of on my own for everything. And then over the past, like, year especially, the past year or two, I've kind of, like, made this more concerted effort to affiliate more and interact more and network more with other streamer people. And so when Trainwrecks gave me the opportunity to do it, I was like, hell yeah, that'd be amazing, yeah. So yeah, I'd pretty much just jump on anytime I have the opportunity to do like the Raj Patel stuff or the Trainwreck stuff or talk to any other streamer related people. I try to do that more to kind of reach out more.
Cool. Yeah, no, same thing, definitely. Greg offered me on, and then I got like a high I never had before, because same thing. I never really did collabs before or anything like that. And then when I was on that podcast, I was like, oh, when I'm podcasting, I'm being my real self in a conversational sense amongst other streamers. I'm not like, putting on an act in front of like or reacting to Twitch chat. I'm talking with somebody else. It's like two different methods of social interaction. And whereas like talking to Twitch chat and putting on a show like drains me a little bit, the podcast like fuels me up. Like it's like, oh, it's like a release. It's like I get to be like in a therapy hour, because I get to like be candid about sometimes streamer stuff, streamer stresses or whatever, but just in general, just like casual conversation while streaming. It feels refreshing.
Sure.
It's a good counterbalance to all the traditional stuff we would do otherwise. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
Let's see here.
What would it take for either of you to decide to leave the United States? I'm just running it down right now.
Ooh boy, what would it take? Fuck man, that's a good one. Could you go first? I'm trying to think here, like what would provoke me to really make the decision. That's a big commitment.
There's two things. Unfortunately, the boring thing is, one, with Nathan, I would never leave the U.S. There would have to be some catastrophic shit that would happen, because it would have to be so much that I could take both him and his mom.
Right.
So it would have to be some huge shit like mass starvation or like food shortages or something. If I didn't have Nathan, I don't even know if I would still live here. I feel like I probably would, for simplicity's sake. I don't want to figure out how to immigrate to another country and all that shit. But I mean, if I was going to, I'd probably move somewhere in the EU. Yeah.
Well, let me see here. Like, so the honest
Wait,
answer
why is
that
everyone saying masturbation? What the did I say masturbation? I don't understand.
Yeah, it sounded like you said masturbation.
When I said immigrate, I don't want to figure out the immigration shit.
No, I think it was like you said, like massive nation.
Or
like,
mass starvation.
Yeah,
if there was like masturbation or something. Oh, masturbation. Oh, Jesus fuck. Okay, I'm sorry. Fuck, I thought I was going crazy. Holy shit. Gotcha. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, as a competitive masturbator. No, I was debating going to just going out of the USA and going to EU back in like November 2015, because I was like I was at this like crazy crossroads where I was successful on Twitch streaming with Mario Maker, and I had the least due on at my apartment with my roommates, and I was just like, well, what do I want to do now? Like, I'm kind of at this like the celebrity, Twitch celebrity status here, and I can do something crazy. I can get out of here. I can go wherever I want. I feel like I had too many options. I had good money. I had nothing really holding me particularly to Louisiana, and I can go anywhere. So there was a point where I was gonna like take a trip out to like Germany or Netherlands for like 2 or 3 weeks. I was committed to doing that like in January 2016. And if I liked it, I would stay there. And if I loved it, I would stay for a year. And if the year went well, I would stay up there for a longer period of time. But I had a couple of EU friends who were like really like telling me, yeah, you should come over and come check it out. And I was like, I did that with California. I had never been west of Texas until 2013. And I went over there and I got a taste of West Coast. And I was like, dude. And it got me, just that whole travel got me mega motivated to push further on Twitch to like be able to like get to a point where I could travel more, go to more places, get more enlightenment. And whenever I go somewhere, I get a better idea to reflect on where I was. I say I like Louisiana, hypothetically here. And until I travel away from Louisiana, I can't effectively reflect on how Louisiana is to me, what I like and what I don't like about it whenever I'm away from it.
Sure.
So I thought, if I do the same thing for EU in general, I can go over there and I can actually say for once what I like or don't like about being in USA. I'm numb to the polarizing divide between like conservatives and liberals in our American political climate. I'm numb to our economic inequality and class warfare. I'm frustrated with all of it, obviously, but I'm very much like used to it now.
Did you?
So I'm wondering
what were some insights that you got like after traveling, or whatever, coming back? Was there anything that you liked or didn't like about?
No,
America,
I didn't actually. That was here's the unsatisfying answer. Actually, I never went to EU. I ended up staying here and just doing my thing. I was close though. I was close.
Damn.
What's funny is it's funny you bring this up actually. One of the main reasons why I didn't go, family, when I told my mom in November 2015 that hey, I'm thinking about going to Germany for a couple of weeks. She actually cried on me. I was there with her in person. I went to go visit her at the house, and I was telling her that I was gonna probably go to Germany for a little bit, and she was like, "Oh, you're leaving too?" Because this was at the time whenever my stepbrother, who's like 6 years younger than me, so at the time I was 27, 28, 27, and he was like 22 or whatever. He was in the military. He just like departed to Okinawa, Japan for a 2-year trip. For being on the Okinawa military base. So both children were out the house now. She was alone with my stepdad, and she was just like, my baby's leaving me too, and started crying on me. I'm like, whoa, you can't throw me the tears whenever I'm trying to like figure out what I'm gonna do.
Like the nest, yeah.
But it grounded me down a little bit, and I realized how much I meant to her. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? Okay, cool. Look, I'll figure it out. I'm not gonna leave USA. I'm just gonna chill, and I'm not gonna like leave for a long period of time or whatever. Fine. So I kind of chilled on that. I don't really regret it, but like I still definitely want to. I'm very eager to like, go international and visit some new places and get some enlightenment on who I am and what I do.
Sure.
'Cause I want to be able to like I want to walk down. I want to walk through downtown Tokyo near Akihabara and be like, could you tell them obviously American? Like, is it blatantly obvious? And if so, what does that mean? Learn more about my identity through the extension of like who I am and who I am not.
I think for the three things that I like, the three things I like about America, this is going to trigger the fuck out of every European to say this. Here's the three things that I like about the United States. Number one, we have fucking water fountains everywhere, and I feel like in a lot of European places I've been at, I feel like it's just not that common. I like the fact that if I go to like a Target or Walmart or some shit, if I go to the back of the bathroom, there's always like a fucking water fountain there. I don't know why, but this is something that I very much value in my existence. Like if I walk somewhere, if I go to a store in the United States, I could usually find a water fountain. In Europe, it's like outside of airports, at least in Poland and Germany and shit, like it was very fucking hard to find water fountains anywhere. Yeah, I don't know. Damn. That's one thing.
Well,
what?
Wait. Before we go into the point 2 here, I do want to bring up, I have heard through observation that like water is considered more premium outside USA because Americans don't drink water, Omega Law, nutrition. And so at restaurants, water's not free. Whereas water is typically free in restaurants in USA, it is not such elsewhere. Is that true?
I think in Germany, you have to explicitly ask for tap water. Otherwise, if you ask for water in a restaurant, I think in Germany, they usually bring you like a bottle of water or like they pour a bottle of water into a glass and they serve it to you. That was true for 3 or 4 different restaurants I went to. I don't know if that's true across all of Germany though. But where I was, at least that seemed to be the case. I'm trying to remember. I think it was like that in Warsaw as well, in Poland, where if you ask for water in a restaurant, they will bring it out in a glass, but they pour it from a bottle and you have to pay for it unless you explicitly ask for tap water. Yeah.
Okay.
In the U.S., if you ask for water, you're never paying for it unless you have to. In the U.S., you have to explicitly ask for bottled water. Otherwise, if you ask for water at a restaurant, actually, you don't usually ask for water at a restaurant. They usually just bring it out to you for free right at the start. Yeah.
Unless you work at one of these like corporate chains like I did, because they would make you shame them hard to be like, oh, do you want bottle or tap? And like you kind of like to shame them into saying they want bottled.
Sure. Yeah.
Instead of tap. Yeah, but.
Anyway, there's the water fountain thing, which God bless America. The second thing is, and I've said this before, it's going to trigger the fuck out of Euros. In America, there's like it seems like we have like a minimum standard for like hotels. Like in America, if I spend like $50 a night for some fucking hole in the wall motel, I know I'm going to get like a big fucking bed that I can sleep in and like a shower and shit, and it feels okay. I don't know, man. In Germany, I've stayed in the cheap hotels are fucking really fucking scary and weird and fucking horrible. I don't know, dude. I remember
like,
there's
is the shower not standard? Like,
well, like there's like
you don't even get a shower.
There's like there's this thing in Germany. I think it's called the Ibis Hotel, where there are like you like check in like with a machine in the downstairs, and like the shower is like when you open the door, there's like this room, and it's just like this all plasticky enclosed air. I feel like I'm stepping into a fucking gas chamber pretty much. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to like, yeah, holy shit.
What?
Yeah, oh my God. I don't know. I've stayed like in some surprisingly fucking, and like the cardboard thin like beds where I'm like, I actually can't even believe this is like real. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like when I'm in the United States, like if I stay in a hotel, there's like a minimum standard that I feel like is quite a bit higher than some of the places that I've stayed at in some of my European travels. But yeah.
Have you ever seen these like? Is there ever been like these like group showers?
No, I haven't seen that. No,
I know it's more of a Japanese thing from what I've seen depicted here. But like, is that like never seen that in any hotels you've been at?
Nope.
Or it's like okay.
And then the third thing is in the United States, and this is gonna trigger fucking a lot of years as well. Okay, in the United States,
bring it.
We have amazing fucking breakfast. Oh my God, the breakfast in Germany and Poland is so fucking depressing. Holy shit. And the United Kingdom, the UK, and the United States does some real ass fucking breakfast. You get big ass fucking pork, pancakes, fucking good ass shit, beans, like holy fuck. If you're in fucking Poland or Germany, you get like a fucking ham sandwich. You get some bullshit. It is some bullshit. Oh my God, it is so shit. To be fair, in a lot of these countries, they don't believe in having like a very heavy breakfast, but fuck that shit, dude. American breakfast and English breakfast is so much fucking better. Is so much fucking better and amazing.
Dude. Drag them in, bro. Tell them about how fucking shit their portions are, bro. I heard EU portions are omega law small. Like,
I mean, they are, but I actually tend to eat less, so I actually appreciate the EU portions versus the American ones. American portion size are fucking ridiculous.
I mean, you're not wrong. Like, you remember when, like in the mid 2000s, when all the fast restaurants like changed what was like large, like
to like where if you get like a medium, it's like fucking 20,000 ounces or whatever.
Yeah, like we're like medium now is like over 20 ounces and large is like almost 40 ounces now.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. I have to remind people just real quick because I know this triggers Europe too. Someone said, we're not fat fucks in Europe. You are. A lot of you guys in Europe are catching up to America very fucking quickly. You guys are fucking huge in Europe. You guys have a huge fucking obesity.
Data?
What? Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. For some reason, people think that obesity is just like an American problem, but it's actually a Western world problem. Every European country is fat as fuck.
Didn't wait. This is all right. Now we're on a hot topic here. Wait, isn't like Mexico now confirmed to be fatter than USA?
I think Mexico and Australia might both be larger than the US. I think
because they have a high reported obesity rate now.
So I think that's generally been true. I could be wrong, but I have to go look. But
dude, and then look, I saw a Vice little short film about like the Did you know that like all these big fast food chains like Domino's and McDonald's and KFC and all of them that they kind of don't even care about NA anymore. Like North America is like old news to them now. Like they're expanding wildly in the Middle East. Did you hear about this? Like I forgot the country that they picked it here, but like Domino's, it's countries where like there's rampant suppression of like, I guess creative outlets. Or like I'm forgetting where here. It's again Middle East here, but like they areas where there are no nightclubs, where porn is like censored by the government on the internet, and like so ultimately because of like the neutering of what would be like I guess like culture and congregation, like families gather at these restaurants now, these fast food restaurants. So you have You have like McDonald's and KFC that are able to like acquire enough money to get to be beachfront properties. You have and they're rapidly expanding now to where like the certain Domino's I saw depicted in the film was like legit freaking like they had dedicated call centers for how frequently Domino's is delivered in this one Middle Eastern country. It's insane. Like it's viral, and the obesity rates are getting out of control in these areas too now because they're just out here because they have the culture tied to it, and people are used to like how we used to gather in the malls in the 90s is how these people are gathering at fast restaurants in the 2010s now.
Yeah, someone in chat just said that like there's like 1 out of 1,000 to see like fat people in some European countries. Yeah, it's a selection bias. Like you're used to making fun of Americans for being overweight, but like every single person is like trying to spam link me shit in order to prove like how not obese their countries are. And like the U.S. is fat, and when you're talking about just obesity and not overweightness, the U.S. is definitely like really. I think we might still be number 1 if you're only looking at obesity. But like all of these other countries, you guys like 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 4 of you are obese, not overweight, but actually like obese, right? Like I'm assuming this chart is true. Like Poland is 23%. Like hold on, like it's very interesting when Europeans get like really offended about this topic, even though most of them are fat as fuck as well. They always end up linking me shit that's like, well, only 1 out of 5 of our people are actually obese, right? Like, and people even will say like, well, the Nordic countries are okay. Sweden has a 20% obesity rate, not overweight rate, but obesity rate. So 1 out of 5 people in Sweden are literally fucking obese. 22% of people in Finland are obese, right? Like, yeah, these numbers. And then like when you look at the actual overweight, things like in the UK and Germany and France, like over half of your population is overweight. This idea that it's just this idea that like America is the only country like an obesity problem. We're definitely like leaders of the pack, but all of Europe is getting very fucking fat as well. It's a global problem. Like obesity is like a huge thing that
If I can here, there's 2 things I want to further in on here. Which one, I know people are going to ask me, whoa, I see, they're going to say 1, you live in Louisiana trihex, and 2, why is Louisiana so fucking high on that list? Which I'll get to here in a second. So I'll be happy to elaborate on Louisiana's particular problem. But also 2 here, obesity thing is one thing. Can we also dial in though on childhood obesity? I feel like that's definitely the big one that's been like bumping up, and that's probably the more scary one to me over the last like 2 decades. Is
the stat that I read is that if you reach obese weight at any point in your life, you have a 0.9% chance of ever getting back to a normal weight.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you're a child obese, yeah, you're like, yeah, fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked, dude. Yeah, because I can see that actually. Because like if you're childhood obese, facts are because of how cannibalistic the social groups can be throughout middle school, high school, and elementary school. You're gonna get called fat. You're gonna call porky or chubby or whatever they're gonna call you, and because you're sad, you're gonna look towards your outlet of eating yummy food to feel better about yourself, and then will be a cycle that happens over and over again. You're sad because you eat, and you eat because you're sad, and it just continues further and further, and it's how it always happens. So it's a sad tale, but I've seen it happen time and time again too much. In fact, even when I wasn't woke to the importance of dieting and nutrition, when I worked at McDonald's in 2006, I would see there was nothing more depressing, and I mean this like genuinely, more depressing than seeing a kid with protruding double chin, man boobs, and everything. Kid had to be like in maybe 4th grade at best.
Yeah.
Come in there and order an adult-sized double quarter pounder, only cheese and ketchup, with a chocolate banana milkshake, large. And this kid pound all that down. I'm like, the calorie denseness of this meal, there's just no way. And and the mom is right there ordering it for him. I'm just like, dude, like what?
Yeah, that was like my number 1 trigger. I was watching my sister. Their like 9-year-old son like was probably about my weight. This kid was 9 and was like almost a fucking like he looked like Paul Blart Mall Cop. Like I couldn't believe it. Yeah. I was like, dude, like your life is fucked. Like you're literally like fucked. Like and you're like you're so young and you have no idea like how fucked you are. Like
you have no idea. Yeah.
You probably this guy is probably 9-year-olds with fucking stretch marks. Like I can't. Yeah, it's really 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 fucked.
Yes, that makes me incredibly sad. So I definitely want to see. That's actually the one thing I did enjoy. I think people don't give enough credit to Michelle Obama for like trying to like get she focused on childhood obesity when she was first lady.
People got so mad at her about it. Yeah.
Sadly though, she was swooned by Coca-Cola and PepsiCo and the parent company of Frito, I think of Frito-Lay, because they were just like they did some crazy manipulation over like calorie count to try to advocate for like how not actually, they weren't really down for making less healthy food. It was like, yeah, look, here's the calorie count. Don't worry about trans fats. Don't worry about, X, Y, Z. They kind of manipulated the perspective of what they were doing so that she felt happy for, adding more calorie count labels on some of these bad foods, but ultimately they still got gamed on them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you're right. They had a lot of haterade for her, but I feel like, yeah, get your kids to fucking move, dude. We have an obesity crisis right now. This should freak you out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so the one, child obesity is really, really bad. It scares me. I'm very, very sad about that. But two, why is Louisiana so high? Man, so there might be a correlation here between the fact that I don't have conclusive evidence here, but there's like a correlation between the fact that Louisiana was reported one of the happier states in the United States, and that's from the fact that there was just a lower reported rate of depression. I think that's how they measured that. So, you could say there's more about like the healthcare crisis because who's really going to the doctor to declare depressed, just kind of like deal with it. But, that they were happier and that you're happy and typically when you're emotionally happy, your emotions tend to dictate how you eat. So when you're happy, you tend to overeat. And when you're sad, you tend to undereat. So if you're more happy, you're going to eat more often. And here in Louisiana, we got some good ass foods. People eat good all the fucking time. In fact, I really realized the differences here when I started to travel more often to California. And I would see that out here, you order a plate lunch, you're getting some good portion, man. You're getting, 2 slabs of pork chops, some rice and beans, some jambalaya, and you're gonna get a bread. People are conditioned here in the South to expect a piece of bread or some form of bread with their meal. I want bread, and you get bread. Mm-hmm. It might be a roll, it might be a slice of bread, but you're getting some bread with your stuff. Comparatively, you go somewhere in California and the bread's a premium. It's not standard. You have to ask for it. It's a $2 extra charge, whatever.
Wait, hold on. Wait, is this actually true?
From the restaurants I've been to, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes you get a pasta. Like, okay, for example, right? Let's say if I go to a local restaurant here in Louisiana, if I order a pasta, I am 1,000% getting some bread with that shit for sure. Comparatively, if I go to a local chain in I don't know, in LA, I could order like an Alfredo pasta and I'm not gonna get bread necessarily. That makes sense.
Okay.
So I at least from with my own anecdotal evidence here, sure. What I've observed.
This is a random related question. Do you have a chain in your place called Hog Wild?
No.
Oh, Hog Wild. It's so fucking good. It's like Southern food. Well, Southern food, but like basically you can go. Wait, is it called Hog Wild Pit Barbecue or whatever? Oh fuck, that's some good ass fucking shit. If you just want to go get like some dirty ass fucking now. Pork and shit and like stuff.
Andy's Hog Wild Barbecue in Pasadena, Texas. The original Hog Wild in Illinois. Hog Wild Barbecue in Gulf Shore, Alabama. And I got a couple of them here. I'm not sure which one it is. Do y'all like some slow roasted mesquite barbecue ribs? Well, come on down to Andy Hogg's Wild Barbecue, where we have our famous homemade barbecue sauce loaded with over 46 grams of sugar per serving. That shit is absolutely potent. Slow roasted in a fucking fancy ass oven for over 400 hours. It pork fall off the bone good. Guaranteed with bread.
Hell yes.
Dude, hell yeah, bro. Fuck yeah. Yeah, dude. So yeah, back to the thing here. Yeah, American portions. I might take a little adjusting here, but I'm excited, dude. Whenever I finally travel to EU, I cannot wait for the next podcast after because I'm gonna go super ham on all the things that I am now woke to. The differences are the nuanced differences between USA and the rest of the world. I can't wait to do that actually. Mm-hmm. I also have some news for you too, by the way. Sadly, I don't think I'm going to TwitchCon EU. I'm kind of getting some mixed vibes. I don't know if you're still going or not, but I heard it's kind of a shit show because like y'all they've been pretty numb or pretty minimal on giving y'all details of what's going on with the whole event. Is that correct?
Why are you saying y'all like I have insider information? I don't know. Has anything even been announced?
I don't know because you're fucking going. You told me you were pressuring me to go. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna look into it. And I'm looking into it, and they haven't announced shit yet. Like.
Where is it going to be at besides Berlin? Have they said like the venue or anything?
I don't know. I just saw on Twitter people were like bitching about how like they're being like okay, for example, here like TwitchCon last year USA, they did this really dumb thing where they hotels went on sale before tickets for the event itself went on sale. Mm-hmm. And then that kind of like fucked me over because I was waiting for the tickets to go on sale. Then I was gonna buy the hotel. and did it backwards. I'm like, all right, this is just some bad planning on the logistics of Twitch or whatever. So I was kind of pissed off about that. And then going forward now, this one here, they're dropping the ball even worse. Like we're getting closer in now. There's been almost nothing revealed so far.
Okay, am I crazy? Berlin is a decently large city. Like, don't you need to know where the venue is before, like, you book shit or like?
So I don't know. Yeah, so if you're still going, I would try to like hog them for more details a little bit here and there. But that's like I don't think I'm gonna go at this point.
It will be at City Cube Berlin. Okay, gotcha. Cool. Okay.
So, but you know what? I'm not gonna cop out your question here because your question was, what would it take for me?
Oh yeah.
To move out of USA.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Fuck, dude. I saw people spamming here at Trump 2020.
Nah, fuck that.
Not that. That would be extra frustrating. But that would my gut reaction there might not be the most educational one, but my gut reaction there is that if 2020 happens, like, okay, yeah, we're gonna officially have, you know, the too far gone. We're gonna have like devastating long-term climate change damage because they're gonna have another 4 years of like a corrupt EPA cabinet that doesn't believe in climate change, that believes that. I mean, you've seen the tweets here. It's like, yeah, like, you know, you got a polar vortex. It should be you literally have a polar vortex that's supposed to be in Antarctica that came down to like central Canada and like the Midwest of USA with temperatures that we have never seen before in 2 decades, if not 3 decades of coldness. And you're still gonna say that it's like it's a phase? Like, come on now, like, really?
Well,
like
it's cold, so.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Trump tweeted? It's so cold. Where's global warming at? Come back. Yeah.
No, good old fashioned global warming.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like, yeah, that'd be devastating. Yeah, we're cemented now for the downfall of human civilization because we're gonna have, like, you know, unbearable, eventually inhabitable regions of the globe that just cannot sustain plants or certain crops or humanity. So you're gonna see, you know, more refugees, more like, what's the word here? Evacuation of inhabitable areas, and you're going to see, you know, crop droughts and resources become like scarce, and it's going to be really, really scary. Probably, if not within a century, then within 2 centuries for sure. And that's going to be really, really bad. But you know, my outlook would be that, okay, by that point, the tangible damage will be so evident that like people would get woke to like not to like lose faith in the Republican Party, or just like, or like, you know, stop trying to say that, you know, or even all the centrist Democrats are just still like, you know, bought out and corrupt would actually like fall apart now. Like people would get really woke to the actually getting like genuinely left candidates to move forward on populist policy that would actually represent for the people. That would be my gut reaction is that, you know, if Trump wins 2020, then by 2024 things will be so fucking bad that then people will actually be for real woke and will have like, you know, decent voter turnout, and people will give a shit by then.
I wonder if certain types of geopolitical climates would make me wonder, like if nuclear tension started to rise around the world, if that would drive me to move somewhere. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that, but
yeah, I haven't either. It's a good question though. I wish that one was submitted a little bit earlier so I could like give that one more thought, because I'm kind of giving y'all a really boring answer right now, but I think it's a good question.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think we covered some decent ground.
I think so too.
Can
I ask you a question though?
Yeah, go for it. Hit me up.
How do you feel about this? How do you feel about this format? Is it too soon to ask so far about that? Are you feeling the clip reaction thing? Or?
Yeah, I think so. I think just bouncing from topic to topic more organically is probably better than running down the hardcore news stuff. Although I feel like I might need another outlet for political stuff, but I'm not sure. But using this as an outlet for political stuff doesn't really make much sense anyway, unless you're going to go hard into it, I think. So,
I agree with that.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out. We're still in transition, baby.
Sure. We're getting close to ending it. We should actually have like a set dead date for this show. Like we'll kill it after like the 20th episode, and then relaunch the next one, so that we have like a yeah. No, I think I do like I don't know. It felt more potent the last couple of like the last 2 weeks, but I feel like the synergy here was stronger. Like I mean, damn, the topic we got heated on was fucking traffic tickets, dude. That was a hot topic. Sure. Wait, what was the first thing you said? The topic we got heated on was?
Oh, the topic we got most heated on was traffic stops in this episode.
Oh, traffic stop. I heard something different for a second. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Fuck fuck all that shit. Okay, cool.
So.
Well, yeah, we'll be back next week then, I guess, with another. I don't know. I did. We did 5 topics or like 5 clip related things, kind of this time with the Hasanabi stuff, and then the child shit, the Thomas Cheung stuff. Not really being clips, but is there a way to get notifications / emails when this specific podcast goes live? Specifically this, probably not. We moved this back 2 hours too, so we're gonna shoot for 12 o'clock PST on Wednesdays. Yeah, Wednesdays. That's what today is, right?
Yeah.
Every Wednesday. Yeah, it's typically when we go live for this. So, yeah. Any final shout outs? Anything? Go for it.
Yeah, dude. So once again, y'all, sorry that I didn't submit any clips this week. This is all like the popular, all the popular ones from the live stream fails things. I will try to at least submit one clip of my choice to and try to like bring a little more of my flavor rather than just what's particularly popular. I think that's like a cool insight diversion tactic here to like show you what's popular versus like what I find particularly intriguing. So look forward to that next week. But yeah, thank you all for watching here again. I'm Trihex, the face of Tryhard. I stream on twitch.tv/Trihex. I am on Twitter on Trihex as well. Twitter on Trihex. 6 letters, very simple to find. And I'll be live here very shortly with the after party where we can go into more topics if you want to. Thank you all again. Destiny, baby, I like you a lot. Thank you for having me on as always.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Oh, wait. What's my homework? Because
what's your homework? I don't think you have any homework for this time.
I failed you. I didn't watch class, so it's already out of theaters now probably. So I have to like, what am I gonna do? Like I got to do something here. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I can't.
Alita Battle Angel comes out on the Valentine's Day. I'm probably gonna go see that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We should actually try to do that so we can discuss like a movie. That could be a part 2 actually. Wait, what is coming out soon? Is that before? Is Alita? Is that when is Valentine's Day? Is that before our next show or no?
The 14th.
Oh, so no, it's not.
Yeah. Let me see here. What is a? Let me see for you real quick here. In February, we have Lego Movie 2, What Men Want, which is like a
Wait, when is the Lego Movie 2 coming out?
February 8th.
Oh shit! Do you want to do that one?
Oh. Actually, I already saw it, baby. I had an early screening in my city.
Why aren't you fucking cool? Was it good? Was it as good as the first one?
No, but it's still really, really good though. Like it because it lacks the. That's a really short take on that. It lacks the surprise.
Okay, wait. Okay, I'll watch it.
Yeah, watch it.
I will watch it, and then
And then we can talk about it.
Yeah, then we can talk about it. Sick, awesome. That'll be what I'll do before next time then. Okay, awesome. You guys should watch it too, so don't fuck up. Okay, if you guys obviously know me, I'm Destiny. My 2 things I'm pimping for you today is here's my merchandise store. Go buy shit if you want to. And then here is my friend on Twitter. He's a really cool guy. He tweets some pretty funny things sometimes. A lot of it is oddly relevant to me. Follow that guy too. And then this is actually me on Twitter. No, not on Twitter, on Instagram. Sadly, my Instagram is growing at a decent rate, and I don't care about it at all, but keep growing it. There you go. Follow me. God damn it.
Get this man unbanned on Twitter, please.
Yeah. Someday. Oh, and then here's the DT Podcast Twitter. Mr. Moon likes it when it has some followers so that it looks more official, I guess. But anyway, yeah. For the merchandise, it's destiny.gg/shirt. And then on Twitter, the name of the guy is Modal7ths, MODAL, and then SEVENTHS. And then on Instagram, I'm just Destiny. So thanks a lot for following us. I love you guys. It's been fun. I will catch you guys next week with my good friend Trihex. I'll see you guys then.
Indeed.
Yep.
Indeed. Actually, you know what we should do? Wait, one more thing before we go.
Uh-oh.
Have you ever wanted to do a special where we actually read YouTube comments? Because let me tell you, okay, I've skimmed a couple of them. There are some I would love to actually reply to because they're like so comically bad or stupid or funny because they're bad and stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if something you ever want to do or not, but like, let me know if you're ever down for that.
Yeah, I mean, weren't we supposed to do? Remember we said we were going to do at the end of the month, like just a giant Q&A one? We did that one time, right?
Oh, I actually forgot about that. Yeah, we're bad.
Maybe we could do it with YouTube comments. I don't know. Maybe we could do like a section of it. If there's like a special YouTube comment you want to reply to, just like throw it in our chat box, and then we can just remember them and do them at the start of the episodes or whatever from now on. Yeah.
Okay, we'll see. I don't know. Let's I have to see about that. I don't know if they're not that important. They're just like in a segment I would feel cool for it. But when I single out as one time, I feel like people are gonna overread it as like I'm being insecure or like that it hit me a certain way. But there's some that are like really, really funny. I'm like, if I reply this here, like no one's ever gonna see it now because it's like, it's a YouTube it's like one like YouTube comment with like 0 upvotes like buried way down in there. So I was reading out of curiosity.
Sure.
But it's like if I profile it, am I platforming like a thing not really worth platforming, or is it funny enough to be worthwhile doing? That's kind of the question I'm at right now. So I'm looking up to you, my great white hope, to let me know whether or not it's a good idea or not.
Gotcha. All right. Well, cool. Well, hey,
you saw what I did there, by the way?
Yeah, my great. Yeah, I appreciate it. All right. We'll catch you guys next week. Have a good one, guys. Peace out.
Later.